始まる蘇る熱きヒーローたち。超リアルな造形で完全再現。バンダイウルトラ怪獣シリーズ新登場。
Godzilla, a new breed of terror. Godzilla storms with a thundering smash and tail slash. But can it match Cyber Godzilla, shocking the Heat Team with cyber missile fire? Breathing doom, Godzilla's out to short-circuit the cyber monster menace. In the fight for ultimate Godzilla might, who will rule? Only you can decide. Godzilla, Cyber Godzilla, and human action figures, each sold separately.
Today on Collect All Monsters, we're talking about all the cool kaiju events that have happened since last we met. It's a Kaiju Event-stravaganza! Himashou! Why, hello and welcome to another episode of Collect All Monsters, episode 43 to be exact. That's right, we're back all together once again. Excellent. Even our producer Jonathan is here, making sure we got those killer sounds behind us. Hello. Welcome to all 26 people that are watching live here on YouTube and Facebook, and thank you for being here for this episode. August actually was here. This episode was here before I knew it. I literally didn't even start prepping before the other day. So it's going to be a fun one. We're going to talk about Wonderfestival. We're going to talk a little bit about San Diego Comic-Con. And then we're going to talk about our time at G-Fest as well. And of course, we start things off every episode with our segment, which is called Showa and Tell. And we're going to go ahead and do that now. And then Leslie will kick us off with his first, whatever he's got.
Can y'all hear me real well? Am I good?
I can hear you, but I don't want to hear you.
Okay.
Oh, man. It begins.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, Satan is everywhere, people. So we got to just let Satan come on in and just,
You can't all be as cool as me. Sorry.
Okay. Now, welcome to another edition of Collect All Monsters. Again, all five of us are here because we weren't really fully together in June. Not last month in G-Fest. So it's been a couple months since all five of us been here. Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, all that good stuff. So thank y'all for being here. Wonder Woman is DC. Not
okay.
the Avengers.
They're all the same.
Can we cut her mic, please? Can we just come? Anyways. Oh, snap. Anyways. Again, thank y'all for being here. We got a great show for you today. The fallout from Wonderfest, San Diego Comic-Con, our personal favorite memories from G-Fest. And it is so amazing to believe that, with all the fallout that we're going to talk about, these next few months is going to be real, real interesting for us Kaiju fans, not to mention the cool collectibles coming out. Godzilla -1 is coming out in less than 3 months.
Wow.
So we have a lot to really be excited about and really be thankful for. And speaking of being thankful for, I'm going to showcase 3 things. 2 that I showcased at not Wonderfest, but at G-Fest. Man, I wish I was at Wonderfest. But I didn't really get a chance to take them out the box, or you really get a chance to see them all that well unless you were there live. But first and foremost, I want to talk about the X Plus Death Row Legion. Sandra got this for me at G-Fest.
Awesome.
But I did. Yeah. I'm like Kyle. I'm a huge fan of Gamera too at Event of Legion. I got the 25 centimeter big one. So it was only natural that I had to get the death reveal, or whatever. So thank you to Sandra for making this happen. Kyle, that picture with Godzilla and Kong, if you could pull that up for me, please.
Yeah.
Godzilla and Kong.
I got that.
Okay. I was gifted 2 special figures at G-Fest by a viewer on my channel. His name is Anthony Doretta, and he gifted me 2 minifigures that he made of the Monsterverse Godzilla and the Monsterverse Kong.
So cute. Oh my god.
Awesome.
And it's funny because I'm running around G-Fest, I'm bouncing around from panel to panel, from room to room, talking with so many different people. And he stops me as I'm running around. He was like, "Hey, like, aren't you Leslie?" I was like, "Yeah, are you a bill collector?" Because I'm gonna deny that, He was like, "No, like, I'm a fan of your channel. Like, I love your work. I think you're a great person." And I said, "You sure you got the right Leslie? Are you sure you got the right one?" But no, he was like, "Nah, I really appreciate what you do, and I really appreciate what you do on Collect All Monsters." So he gifted me these 2 figures. He said, "I want you to have these." So thank you to Anthony for making that happen. You already know I do love the Monsterverse, unlike the rest of the people on this show, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
I like it.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, but we all
right?
Yeah, but we all know that Kyle, David, and John, if the Monsterverse were to disappear, they would lose this much sleep over it. Just this much. Just a little bit. But it's all good. It's all good. So
oh gosh.
But again, thank you for these figures, Anthony. And the last thing that I want to showcase, I got it myself today, actually, because you all know I'm a huge Power Rangers fan. And this is from the Zord Ascension Project, courtesy of Hasbro. And I got myself the Astro Megazord.
Oh my god!
Wow.
The Astro Megazord from Power Rangers in Space. But the Japanese counterpart of the show is Denji Sentai Mega Ranger. And in the show, he's called Galaxy Mega. So again, I love the Power Rangers. I kind of checked out at the Power Rangers in Space, but I love collecting the Megazords. I got the original Megazord from X Plus. I got the Bandai Legacy Thunder Megazord, Ninja Megazord, and now I got the Astro Megazord. And I got a couple of pictures involved with this Megazord. If you don't mind blowing those up, Kyle, for me, so I can talk about those for like 2 seconds. All right. Okay. Now, see, I got the Megazord because I wanted to make this happen, because you already know they put out a comic book crossover between Godzilla and the Power Rangers. So I would have loved to have seen Godzilla and the Mega Rangers take on Space Godzilla, because I can't stand Megara. Megara sucks. Megara is a dumbed down version of Mecha Godzilla. I don't see why they put that thing in that movie, but you want an epic crossover? Can you imagine the Astro Megazord fighting Space Godzilla in space? Then he meets up with Godzilla down on Earth, and they both team up to fight Space Godzilla. So that I would have loved to have seen that crossover. You know what I mean? And the last picture, this is kind of funny because we had it like this running joke at G-Fest between our crew and the Monster with Attitude crew. There you go. So the Collect All Monsters crew win the Astro Megazord, and we're about to beat the crap out of the Monster with Attitude in the Thunder Megazord. Why don't you pop down in the comment section who would win? The Astro Megazord or the Thunder Megazord? You better, hey, look, if you're watching this show, you better say Astro Megazord. You better say Astro Megazord. All right. But again, that's all I got for myself. But I really do appreciate, again, Anthony Doretta for making that happen for me with those 2 mini figures. But again, it's great to be back here on Collect All Monsters. So I'm gonna kick it over to my main man, who is actually on our side of the country. He's on the East Coast, the East Coast branch of Collect All Monsters temporarily, but he's still here. The one and only David Abdopko. What's going on, David?
Hey, what's up, Leslie? What's up, everybody? Coming at you from my mom's house in Pine Beach, New Jersey. And it's kind of weird. It's not 3 o'clock anymore. It's a little after 6. So it's a whole different ballgame for Uncle Dave over here. But the humidity is real on the East Coast, I gotta say. I had to turn off the air conditioner so I could hear everything, but it's definitely going to take some adjusting to, because Seattle, we have no humidity and it's definitely a little bit cooler. But anyway, so you may notice I don't have my stuff. It's actually in storage. We recently did a pretty epic journey, Keith and I, from Seattle to Palm Desert, dropped off our electric car, and then we rented a car, ended up being a Lexus, which is pretty nice. Driving from Palm Desert to New Jersey. So we've been driving for about 12 days. So imagine this scenario: 2 gay dudes, 2 dogs, and a snake driving cross country. With a Florida license plate, so it's all good, It should have been a TV show. It should be a TV show, and definitely I would probably pay to watch it. But no, it went really nice, and I definitely made a point to wave to everybody when I passed your home states. So we did cross a bunch of states. Kyle, I'm so sorry. We didn't stop in Salem. I know we should have done that, but
all good, man.
It wasn't on the charging point place. We did stop in your old hometown of Portland where we charged up. But anyway.
That's not me. I'm not saying that. For the record, my hands are up.
It's not for lack of wanting, but we did see Greg Coggin, and because he was he was literally like
Eugene,
in Eugene, Oregon. So anyway, my show and tell is going to be a little bit kind of small for the next 2 months because my stuff's in storage, and I don't really have anything coming my way, unless maybe when I visit John Ruffin, I pick up something small. But we'll see. We'll see. No promises. So let's see. I'm going to show you what came cross country with Keith and I, the dogs and the snake. This guy, my little tank, my little Arachnix tank, and this story. I told this at G Fest Live. Kyle actually was kind enough to bring this to G Fest with him. Not actually a G Fest purchase, but Jonathan, our wonderful producer, wanted the one that Kyle brought me. And then I saw this at Jay Key's Toku Toy Town table. And I said, man, I really like that color scheme. And Jonathan's like, well, I like the one you got. And said, you want to switch? So we switched. So I guess technically this is a G Fest purchase. So got this guy. He came cross country with us. He's going to come back. He kept us safe on the road, in case any shady people, he was there for us. But the other thing I'm going to show you is something that was actually, thank you, sir. Something at my mom's house that Kyle's going to remember. This was actually one of the gifts that we gave out for being a donor to the Hail to the King project.
Awesome.
So this was at my mom's house, and I'm like, I don't have anything else to show for show and tell, but it just brought back a lot of great memories.
I bet 90% of the people watching don't even know what that actually is, David.
Oh,
so
well,
let me crack it open. Unless it's like sealed in package for value.
It's there. So real quick, this Kyle, it's an amazing project. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. It's called Hail to the King. It's available on YouTube. And we did this in 2014. I went as his sort of assistant / photographer, and we had an amazing time. Did a lot of things. We saw Godzilla's 60th anniversary in Ikebukuro in Japan. And this was the book that we created to give the donors who were kind enough to help us make this project a reality. So my mom and dad were one of the ones who donated, and this is the book that we gave out. There's a couple pictures in there, and it was just an epic. So look at it. Here we go. So original Oxygen Destroyer. There's the Yalin. Cool. There's the diving helmet from Sarazawa, and then there is Gaigan's Buzz chest thing.
That's so cool.
So
Buzzsaw Belly, man, I love it.
Buzzsaw Belly. So this is chock full of great memories, and I'm glad to see it on my mom's shelf with her coffee table book. So, and sorry, that's pretty much all I got right now. So I'm not gonna just go on and on because I don't have anything else to show. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pass it down up over to Christine Chapin in California, and what do you got to show us?
Hey, well, oh man, it's been a crazy couple weeks, crazy couple months, and then a couple months coming up because we got all kinds of goodies going on. Actually, David and John, I'll be joining you guys on the East Coast tonight. After the show, I'm flying to New York. I won't be able to see you guys. I wish I had time to, but
I wish too.
Really fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to be back on the East Coast again.
It's going to hell.
What have I got? Oh, Leslie. I'll come visit you. Steal your giant rose vial on tape. So I
Oh wait, Christine, before you start, I want to say, driving cross country, we saw a whole lot of trucks, and I saw one truck that while Keith was driving, and it said Jesus on it, not Jesus Christ. And I tried to get a picture of it, and it went too fast. So I'm like, I was
Oh.
like, it gave me like a chuckle on the
was
road.
it Leslie driving?
It may have been, but sorry, go ahead.
No, with his co-pilot.
Oh, no good. So what about? So I've gotten the Super 7 set. I got in recently. A lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I'm not really super impressed with the Godzilla, but I think it's cool that it comes with a bunch of like extra little pieces, and he is like really posable and a lot of articulation, and he has like the little damaged hand, which I thought was pretty cool. But then like I had to get the Rose Violante because we don't have any
He looks great.
articulate. Yeah, we don't have any articulate. And she has like a head that you can change out where her mouth is closed. Like all her vines move. Her little grasper guys here, which I mean, it was exciting for me because like we've been waiting for SH Monsters or somebody to do an articulated Violante. So I'm excited to have this in here. And another really cool thing about it is all these like leaves around her neck here, her bait, like that you can pose those too. Something I thought was really cool. They added.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty neat. I thought that was really cool.
Very
And then
cool.
I got also, what else did I get?
They're bigger than I thought.
Everybody's been getting these in.
Oh,
Finally got my
wow.
cherry ball. I don't know what happened to this thing. It got lost in the mail or something for like a week and a half, but finally it came in. Man, it's just
Gorgeous.
Oh my gosh! Like you can't go wrong with the Mondo stuff. Like we love the Mondo team. They're always giving us like great items, and like I love the addition of the blues that they put in here. It's just really big too. Big solid piece.
Beautiful.
I'm pretty sure.
It's like porcelain.
That's about it for all. Like, I gotta show off my G Fest stuff too, and then real quick, some stuff I got from G Fest. Shout out to John Drain. I have been looking for this particular Sun Guts Shin third form for like 5 years, or like whenever this one first came out, like 4 or 5 years. Pain in the butt to find this. This is a very specific one that I wanted, the red with the blue spray, because I have the clear set over here. It's purple, but like I really wanted this one, and he sold like. It was like the day before I left for G-Fest, I think. He posted in one of the Facebook groups all these different colorways, and I saw this one. I was like, John! Oh my God! Oh my God! And a great prices.
Awesome.
And he's such a great person. And so very excited to pick this up. So kind of sort of a G-Fest purchase because he gave it to me at G-Fest when he came.
That's great.
And then I gotta show this off. I picked this up at G-Fest too, but the Kaiju cream. And then check this out.
Awesome.
There was a patch that came with it, so I have my hat now. My pink girl hat came in,
Awesome.
and then Joe has a blue hat. But
That's
man,
great.
this thing is just so cool. Like, what a cute, like, whimsical idea. And then Matthew, he's just such a great, like, just a genuinely nice person, and really cool to have one of these. Luckily, I made it over to his table where they sold out, because they sold out super fast.
Really fast, yeah.
Actually, Japan World Heroes, which is what, next weekend? I think
Next weekend,
he's gonna have a run of like 9. So if you're going to Japan World Heroes, get over to Last Action Studios because they're gonna have
Get one.
some colorways of this there. Yeah, it's really cool, really unique, really fun. That's about it that I got so far. I did get 2 other things that I'm gonna show them off later. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen them in the group and all that, but
Yeah.
I'll show those off later.
I know all about it.
That's awesome.
Sorry,
And
Kyle.
that Sundae looks delicious, by the way.
It does. I
Yeah,
know.
it's
Like
awesome.
I would eat this. Like
It's delicious.
blueberry,
It's huge.
chocolate,
Yum.
and I guess I would have some of that. Actually, I wish I had some ice cream right now.
And
But so
meeting
that's about.
Joe? Yeah.
Oh yes.
ice cream
Oh yeah,
stout.
Joe's there
Ice
too.
cream stout. Meeting people like John Drain and Matthew, aka Octeal. It was so great to meet people in person, and we'll talk more about that in the T-Fest. But it was really cool to put finally go up and shake their hand or give them a hug or whatever you want to do. So there's going to be a lot of that going on in the coming segment.
And I love it how just like every time you meet someone that you've known online for like a while, it's like you already have known each other. It's like it's not awkward meeting someone.
There's no
in person
weirdness.
'cause you're like,
No awkward
hey,
weirdness.
yeah.
Not at
That's
all.
one of the things I love about our communities. We all just kind of instantly just kind of connect with each other, and it's just great. I love it. We have a really good community.
Unless
I
you're
love
walking
all you
around,
guys.
unless you're walking around G-Fest with wrestling championship belts to tout how awesome you are.
I'll
Just
just put my
saying.
face on it.
Just saying. You know, I don't care. I really don't. So, you know.
It's a choice.
I'm gonna have them made out of toys next year. I'll have like a vest. You know, like the bride to be vest. I'll have one of those because it's gonna be all soft vinyl toys.
That'd be awesome.
Kaiju queen to be.
Your kaiju sash.
Yes.
That'd be dope.
Anyhow, John, what do you got going on?
Yes, let's throw it on down to John. What's going on down there, John? With your million box days, I know you got.
Oh, maybe not. But it's good to see you guys. It's really good to be with you. It's been a long time. And it's awesome to have David on the right coast and to bring some balance to the force. We had to deal with those Jedis on the other side. It's a lot been going on. Thanks for your thoughts and prayers for my mom who had COVID. It's been a quarantine week for me. And Alex, I think you're watching this, and I appreciate you. I won't be able to make it tomorrow to see Godzilla 1954 because I need to still stay quarantined. I don't have COVID, but I need to give it enough days so it doesn't manifest or anything. So I'm going to have to miss it tomorrow. We were supposed to meet not far from Philly to watch Showa Godzilla in the theater. Really cool. With that said, it's just great to be with you all, and I'll share a few things that I got.
Here we go.
A few things.
I only got one thing.
I don't believe
Well,
it.
one thing that's red and small, and I'll end with something red.
I know what that is. I know exactly what that is.
Don't say
I
it,
know
Leslie.
exactly
Don't
what
say
that
it.
is.
Don't say it.
It's the red pill, y'all. No. I saw on Twitter someone. I forgot. I can't remember his name. He got it for his Shogun Godzilla, little 3D piece. Fantastic! It'll fix your broken lever.
Oh, no way. Is
Slide
that what that
it
is?
on. Down.
Oh.
Yes.
What's for the Super 7 one? Oh, no way.
No, for the full size one.
Big one. The original.
So if you have an original Shogun Warrior Godzilla, very common for the tab on the back of the neck that does the tongue to be broken off. Mine that I had, I sold it a couple of years ago, that had the same issue. So this is to replace that. That's genius.
Yes.
Wow, that is really smart. And
Yes.
how does it work?
Yeah,
Have you
that is.
tried it out on your piece, John, or do you want to
I haven't
demonstrate
tried it yet. No, it just came. So I'll try and take a shot and show it to everyone. It's
That'd be
going to at least
Bring
allow me
it
to.
out. Bring it out. Just kidding.
Do it
Well, since
now.
I started with something red, I was at Monster Mania and saw Michael from the Vampire Robots.com, and we always get to see him when we do the show, shows around here. And got John Bellatti's Robo 7, Awesome
That's so
7, Exclusive
John's art,
Red.
I
yeah.
love the red. I love the red.
Yes, it's fantastic. Just beautifully printed, beautifully done. So I have something really red to show you, but that'll come last.
Okay.
Okay, let me whip through some of these things. This is Jonathan Portman's kind of
A few things.
got the.
Oh, nice.
Come on, Leslie, work with me. Demondo's, King Ghidorah soundtrack, and don't let time get by you. There's plenty of books that are rolling out. Nishikawa's. You have to get this
That's right.
if you haven't seen it.
Wow.
This is fantastic.
Oh,
okay.
wow. Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
I saw that advertised.
okay. That
So it's only like
Nishikawa keeps
$25.
hitting them out of the park with
That's
his books.
is that a
Oh.
kid?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will be. So if we go, but it's only like $30, $25. You can
Okay,
get it on
that-
Amazon
That's not
Japan.
bad at all.
Amazing.
Wow.
214 pages, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, like 200 pages. Yeah. Awesome.
That's cool.
Got a couple more volumes for the Godzilla Toho Tokusatsu series. And
Which
what are
ones?
This is
Which ones?
Destroyer and Final Wars and Destroyer.
Mm.
Now, so it was explained to me when you get to, they're going to do 40. Inside, there's a little seal or something. You send that in, and that gives you, I think that's when they send you the Godzilla, King Kong versus Godzilla script. But so I'm going to try to work that out.
But you have to get all of them, right? You have to collect all of them?
Right? Let's just be clear. It's a 62 script.
The 62 script. Yes.
All right. Just checking.
Yeah. Okay. Got this yesterday. Cool little Rodan.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Super 7. Comes in the
Yeah.
replica box. You gotta love it. Gotta love it. Just beautifully done. Okay.
I do love that.
Here's some. Well, I'll say that build up time. Okay. Got some of these little acrylic from the what is it? I can't remember their name. Ichi
Ichiban Kuji.
Oh, that's cool.
They're lottery. So these little acrylic stand Godzillas, and the big ones, 3 of them, the Shin Godzilla. Really wonderful.
Oh my god, that one's big.
Oh, that's the big one. Yeah, they're like scaled. They're scaled, I think, proportionately.
Oh, I have some of those. They have like little stands. Okay.
Yes, they're really
They're
cool. Great for the desk. Great for display. Don't take up too much space.
Yeah.
Got another Asahi Sonorama.
Ooh.
Ghidorah, the three-headed monster.
Wow.
If you go up on mykaiju.com, you can listen to it and read it. It's available. I have maybe another 5 of these up there you can listen to. Download the tracks if you want and read it right along.
John, isn't that the one that has the neon green Mothra larva, which is probably why we have that bootleg neon green Mothra larva?
You know what?
On the cover.
On the cover, yeah, he's green. I saw him.
Oh, yeah, he sure is. Yes. I never knew that connection. Oops. There we go. Yes.
I think that's why we have that bootleg from back in the day. Yeah. If you ever see those neon green rubber skin Mothra larvas, that's my theory.
That's a good. It makes sense.
You might be right.
That's my fan theory. Ooh.
We're getting there, y'all. A couple more. I got about 8 of these from Mike Temple, who I went to Japan. When I went to Japan the first time, he met me there.
Old school.
Took me some great places. These are the Agostini did a series of these. I think it's up to 50-something of these. I didn't know about them, to be honest. They're fantastic.
Oh, really? Yeah, those are like
of these.
Those are from back in the day when I used to complain about Japanese books having teeny tiny pictures covered with covered with text and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is actually why I wanted to do that book that David showed off, where like everything was like a full page image of the Beautifully done.
Anyway, and it comes with each one for each movie. It comes with a mini poster. That flaps out, which is cool.
Yeah, and they used to they came with DVDs too, back in the day. Like it was like a DVD set with
like before the other DVD collector's box.
Yeah, it's the De Agostini and then the Kodansha doing the same thing they did, but expanding on it. Yeah, it's the
those old
war
DVDs.
of publishing and Godzilla publishing.
Yes. Now, this is interesting. I tried to get this for several months. I didn't think it was going to be possible. I thought I was going to have to buy the box set that it was a part of. But this little CD is fantastic. The Godzilla Sound Memorial. Now, what's special about this is that it contains the one track from the original Godzilla radio series. The last, I think it's episode 11 or episode 12, I forget. So you can hear Godzilla's original roar before the film was released. If you go up on mykaiju.com, you can listen to it.
We'll be checking that out.
And it's got a different cast who are doing. It's Dr. Serizawa and Ogata trying to convince him to use the oxygen destroyer. So it's a different cast, and it came out in this episode September of 1954. So rare little piece of the only one that exists. Oh, it's under the blog. If you go, there, blog. Thanks, Carl. You the man. And then
man, I just want to make sure everybody knows where to go.
There it is, right there on the left side. Godzilla Radio.
There it is. I love that cover.
Oh, cool.
And then,
I can't wait to check that out.
That kind of gives you the context of when the radio broadcast dropped, and then that's the set you would have had to have gotten back in 2000. I don't know if it was 2001.
Oh,
you remember
that?
Yeah.
David knows that M1 Godzilla very well.
That's the G-Shock watch, yeah.
The G-Shock, yes. And so I think down below I have there it is. So you can listen to.
Oh, cool.
That's the CD, the insides, the
Thank you,
booklet,
man.
and you can listen.
That's
to the
awesome,
audio.
John.
No,
That's cool.
Thank you. Now this is something I was trying to get since I saw Andy Peters.
Ooh, okay.
But he had. And a few weeks ago, I found this.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
One up.
One up. Had to get it because I could not get what I got
Super
yesterday. The cast figurine of Ghidorah, Happy Ghidorah, and the factory. Finally. And it's fantastic. After I think I was searching for 5 years and never could find it.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
At a great price. Really awesome.
Woohoo! Congrats, John.
And finally got the Kiru.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow! Yeah, fantastic. But I don't think
Is that a kit?
No, it's a figure, 9-inch light up.
That's the soul of Chogokin, right?
Yes, Soul Chogokin.
Oh,
That's a beauty.
Oh wow!
Yes, I think
That's
it has
like
a
the
little
deluxe
chest
version.
like
That's
that,
crazy.
right?
Yes,
Nice
fantastic.
shiny box.
It was worth the wait. I don't know if I'm gonna break it out anytime soon, but glad to have it. I don't have any real representation in my collection. Okay, now this is the creme de la creme. I couldn't go to G-Fest, and I was depressed.
Oh,
And I was like, man, I couldn't even go into the Godzilla alley, and collectible, the shop. I mean, the all the wonderful tables. So I said, I'm going to treat myself, and I just started going through Baiyi, and
oh boy,
oh Lord, I
there's a
got
lot of good stuff on there.
This was it. I said, as soon as I saw it, I said I had to have it, right from the set. I think it's the last thing, the Godzilla versus Destroyer script.
Oh, wow.
With the unlicensed Art Adams artwork on the cover. I love it.
Nice.
I had to get an extra copy so I could.
Nice. That's hilarious, dude.
And then it had an additional insert with names written in of cast members who had not yet, that weren't printed in the script. It has writing in it and everything. So it's straight from the stage. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Oh, that's really cool.
Copy,
Yeah, it was like,
Wow.
I had to snatch it.
Yeah,
I got it for a great price.
There's a lot of, John knows this, there's a lot of scripts out there that you could buy that are reissues that are like, basically like, if you're a fan, you can own this copy of the script, which, if you don't know what to look for, and I'm not saying I do, but like, if you don't know what to look for, I could imagine it could be very, very differing. You'd be like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
If you got one, it was actually not an old one. You thought it was an old one. Yeah.
Right.
Be careful
Well,
out there,
interesting.
collectors.
In the Godzilla Perfection series, the one they did for Destroyer, that was the first time they had reprinted the scripts and then made available, which was interesting. I didn't know that, which was like, oh, wow. So finding this, there's one that's available. It's quite expensive. I found this one for a third of the price, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to walk away from it.
Awesome.
Yeah. I have one more
I
thing to
think
show.
one of the
but I will-
Mandarakes in Nakano Broadway actually is one of the places where you can get scripts. They're like an ephemera store or something like that.
I never go in those shops because I know I'll waste all my money in one place. Yeah. And that's it for me. Kyle, back to you. What are you going to share with us?
Well, as you guys know, actually, I will tell you right now, things are moving. As David experienced last month, things went very quickly for him because he came back from G-Fest and had to bust la ass to get moved.
For sure.
Yeah, so when I came back from G-Fest, I was watching David's progress, and I'm like, ooh, this is like giving me the kick in the butt that I need. So since last we met, I have been selling tons of the collection. I'm actually probably over halfway through everything.
Wow.
But the goal is everything that's left to sell now, my goal is to sell that this month because it's then September and then October, and then I'm supposed to be there in November. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's
That was
flying.
G-Fest. Coming back from G-Fest was sort of that like reality check. Here we go. So I'm prefacing this by saying that this stuff, I'm sort of on the hiatus because of it, but I couldn't help myself because I had to get this killer shirt from Cavity Colors, right?
Very nice.
That is a great shirt. Great.
Love that. I love Batra, and they did that cool Heisei selection. And then, because I'm just like a huge hypocrite, I actually did buy something as well. So I have this crazy idea for a thing I want to do, and because of that, I needed to get an Anraku Ansaku Godzilla, and so I bought this beautiful bad boy from Mr. Del Martinez. It's the 54 Godzilla, and actually they have several paint jobs of this, and 2 of the 3 I'm like super into, but the other one I didn't really like so much, so I'm really happy they got this one. The other one is almost too dark, but it's really cool. It's got like red eyes. Anyway, Dell, however, is such a gentleman. He not only sold me this at a really awesome friend price, he also threw in this Getter robot. Now, this is from Max Toy, and I want everybody who's watching, all 45 of you beautiful people, to understand how, while I talk about Godzilla and other kaiju so much, the giant super robots from Go Nagai and those series were hugely influential to me. Like, absolutely influential. If I hadn't watched Transor Z, and even though I know that Voltron is not actually Go Nagai, but those series prompted me to look into more super robot stuff. I'm a huge super robot nerd and a huge yokai nerd, but primarily a Godzilla nerd, right? So he threw this in totally for free. I'm like so touched by it. Also, gorgeous paint job on this figure and this is exactly what it looks like in the series too. Getter Robo. Love Getter Robo. Actually waiting for the original series to come out on Blu-ray. But yeah, thank you so much, Del. I super appreciate that. Now, that's not the end of my actually, let me show you one more get that I have that is something that I literally technically paid for, and that is the updated version of Kamegon. I did actually get Kamegon. Now, so people watching, if you weren't at G-Fest, you may not be aware, the previous version of Kamegon, which you can see up there in the corner of my collection right there.
He's up there.
Yeah, so this, same size, just different colorway. Alex did a run of 25 of those. We just sort of did 25 as this easy way for us to do a run of figures, and hopefully it was like going to sell out, and it did. It sold out quickly, which is fine. We don't have a cajillion viewers, so what we did for the second run is we increased it to 50, right? So we doubled the run. That's how math works. And this figure, we did a glow-in-the-dark version for G-Fest, but what the reality of the situation said was that Alex didn't have the time to produce all 50 of them for G-Fest, which was opportunistic. He produced 20 for us, which is great. So he produced 20. We pretty much sold out at the show. I adopted the last 3 or 4 of them because I need to be able to like give some people gifts. Sidebar, when I went to Japan and last year, at the end of last year, I had dinner with like the X Plus guys, and I had Kamegon with me that I was using as a travel buddy, and at the very end of it, I took a picture with everybody and brought out Kamegon and got a picture with G and Kamegon, which is really great. But then at the end, I was like, damn, I really should have been able to have one that I could have given to G, and like give one to like. So I sequestered a few so that I can distribute them in Japan. The other 30 will be produced by Alex, and we will be selling those online. So at some point we will have a full-blown pre-order page where you can pre-order this guy, and the whole shipping thing will happen pretty much like last time. And it is a glow in the dark, and I do have my UV light here, so I'm just going to charge it up and sort of.
Let's see.
Awesome.
Let's see if it
I
actually
need to get
looks
one.
like it's glowing at all.
I need to get one too. They're pretty.
Yeah, I didn't really plan on getting these, but sort of at the end of the show, we had like 4 left over. So
okay.
that's that. That's the last thing I bought. Now I'm going to show off some cool things that I was gifted. I can't show one of them, but I have been. You saw me at G-Fest. I was wearing a vest a lot of the time, and that vest had a ton of pins on it.
Yeah, you sure was.
And that I actually had. I love that thing so much now. I'm like, oh, that is definitely a permanent part of my obnoxious collection. So, obnoxious drip collection. So, I had lunch with my friends Hero and Danny, and yeah, that's right, man. I am so hip. Anyway, had lunch with my friends Hero and Danny runs Mini Mochi Inc. She gave me a couple of pins, one of which is a Ghidorah pin, which looks amazing. It's on my jacket right now, on my vest right now. But I also have another couple of pins from her on the jacket, and she gave me this Hedorah pin as well.
Okay.
And this, because I already have Hedorah pins on my jacket, I was like, how about this? I'll give this away, and this is going to be our giveaway at the end of the show today.
Oh, nice.
One enamel
I love her
pin.
pin.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Doing great stuff.
So I will continue on with the enamel pin front for just a moment. I have a contact online who ran a shop called Night Cake Press. If anybody was a pinhead a few years ago, they might be familiar with Night Cake Press. Several of the pins on my vest are from them. And I messaged him because I noticed the shop was sold. Or not sold, but closed, sorry. And I was like, hey, just wanted to let you know you were heavily represented on my vest at G-Fest, and people were commenting on a ton of it. And I kept telling people that your store was closed, but, that's where some of these pins came from. And he was like, oh, tell me your address and I'll send you a little package. Well, he sent me all of his pins, basically. So I have this crazy huge bags of pins.
Awesome.
And so these are going to get distributed, basically. There's a bag in here. Check this out. This is holding myself accountable. I'm going to grab one for myself, but this is a bag of Angulus pins entirely.
That's
awesome.
I have
Who do you think I'm going to give this to?
Oh,
This entire bag.
Jessica.
Jessica's going to get this.
you heard Keith say Jessica.
She's going to be able to give these away to people. She's the collector I know that it's most associated with Angulus. So I'm giving these to Jessica.
Outstanding.
We've got some screenings in Portland. I grabbed 4 for some screenings as giveaways. We got some. Basically, I'm going to send these to Jonathan Portman down in California, and so some events that are coming up, we'll be able to give things away. Plus, anyway, all sorts of cool stuff came my way.
Nice. I love his pin.
Including, that's not all. This, which I think David showed off before, but I finally have my beautiful piece from Alex. Amagon. As
Amagon from
Edo
Alex.
era
Yeah.
artwork. It literally
That's
just arrived
awesome.
the other day, and I
Wow.
actually just opened it up about 45 minutes ago. So
It's
thank you
beautiful.
very much, Alex. It is gorgeous.
Wow.
I'm going to be putting it in my artwork flat file that is going to be taken with me in Japan. Yeah.
Nice and beautiful.
And
That's really cool.
that
Alex
does it
has
for
a
my
cool style.
Showa in terms of what I got. But in terms of telling, I do have to say that September 16th and 17th, you can see the Godzillathon poster there. That's the Godzillathon poster that was produced for 2019. But next month, right around this time, kind of September 16th to the 17th, we're showing 4 movies at the Hollywood Theater. We're showing we're showing Mothra versus Godzilla, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, Invasion of Astro Monster, and Godzilla versus Hedorah. All of those are going to be the Japanese originals, and I get to do the intros. I've been working on marketing materials with those guys, and we're going to have an awesome trailer to play in the intermission, which comes up after our news. And that is going to be the end of my Showa Intel. And thank you guys all for being here and for showing off your awesomeness. I probably did miss something actually, but whatever. We'll keep it going because now we're going to move on to not our news segment and not our chat room check-in, but we have a special guest joining us who's going to talk about another cool kaiju-related event happening next weekend, and that would be Mr. Bob Johnson joining us from San Francisco.
Hello.
Hey, man. Sorry to bring you on early.
I had to balance it out. Somebody else had to do this.
Yeah, how's it going, dude?
Going good. Hey, can I show something off?
You definitely can show something off.
Well, some of you might have known we did Ultra Fest back in July. Weekend of Ultraman over at Floor Star Theater. And let me see if I can get this without dropping it on the floor.
Ooh, careful.
It's a Avenger Master Zeros.
Oh,
nice.
It's huge.
Wow.
So it's kind of Godzilla. I mean, I think I can. Let's see. The head comes off. We can maybe take the head off. There we go.
Oh, there you
Get the head back on. All right, there he goes.
go. There you go.
Nice. Is that vinyl?
Yeah,
Wow.
but
That's
it's
pretty
like
awesome, man.
solid.
It's big too.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
it's huge. I don't know if
It's missing the whole bloody gash around the neck, though.
Oh yeah, I gotta paint that all blood red. But there he is. He's okay again.
Awesome, dude. Excellent
That's really
score.
cool.
Very cool.
Man, it's been a while since I've seen the Monster Garage. It's
Yeah,
looking
holy
good.
cow, that's amazing.
Oh man, it's grown. I think since you've seen it.
Great.
But
It's awesome.
yeah, I don't know. I haven't used StreamYard before. I've got another. I don't know if I can get the other camera going, but otherwise I can give you a little tour. But
No worries, man.
Yeah,
You know what we should do? I've been meaning to bring back the collector chats, and so I need to like prioritize that and like figure out how we're going to get those back and running so that people can do them on their
yeah,
own.
definitely.
That
Or
would
you got
be
to
awesome,
swing by here on
awesome.
your way to Japan.
Let's do
Yeah, I'll just swing by. Unfortunately, I'll be going to. I'll be
Oh,
connecting.
shoot, I
in
can even swing by. You're not
Seattle.
far from me.
Yeah.
Everybody, come
Christine,
on
you
over.
totally should. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
you're
the
not far
closest
from
now,
me, Bob.
Christine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. You're what, like Sacramento area or something?
Yeah, Sacramento.
Up north of it? Yeah, that's not far. I'll get Keith down here and you can ride.
Yeah, man. How's Keith doing? Anyway.
He's doing good. He was at Ultra Fest. He should be at Godzilla Fest as well.
Nice.
So every once in a while we
Excellent.
bring him out of hibernation and we get these shows.
Right on, man. So you want to tell us a little bit about your awesome event you have planned coming up August 18th?
Yeah, August 18th, 19th, 20th, we have Godzilla Fest at the Balboa Theater in San Francisco. And between 2004 at the Castro Theater and a few at the Bal Theater in San Leandro and now the Balboa, I think this is about our 11th or 12th Godzilla Fest now.
That's
Wow.
great.
That's fantastic.
So this
That's
one,
awesome.
we have special guest, Tsutomu Kitagawa, who, as you know, was Godzilla in the 2000s. And he'll be here to sign autographs, take photos, and sell his art, which he did not have
Nice.
when he was here in 2004. Since then, he's become
That's
quite
super
an
cool,
artist,
man.
Awesome.
Really selling some art. And if you look at that postcard really closely as it scrolls by, we will have Godzilla Fest T-shirts, and we'll have that
Nice.
design in there
Awesome.
by Nick Pino.
I love
So we've
Nick's
got Nick
work, by the way.
Pino, one of the artists. We've got Nick Chev, an artist that'll be there.
Nice.
We also have Kevin D'Antonio with Collins Cave of Collectibles. We'll be selling a ton of really cool toys, along with James Osborne from Vinyl Kaiju Legion. There's a T-shirt right there, and it will
Yeah.
glow in the dark.
Yeah, I love
Awesome.
that.
Everything's cool.
I'm a double X.
Yeah.
Just saying.
What's that?
I'm a double X.
Double X. They actually have some 3X this year. We had some, it's funny because we had 2X last year, and people were asking for 3X. So we did a few 3Xs for this year. And some guy messaged me and said, "Hey, do you have any 5X?"
You just got to keep going up. You
Wow.
gotta keep
Put
going
the
up.
design on the side of a tent. You can wear that.
I wish I could go. I was so excited to go, and then it's the same weekend I'll be in New York. So I'll say
Yeah, no, we may even still. I think we still have some shirts from last year. Guys dressed Gretzky did for us. And, we'll have some of those there.
Well, I got to say,
Right on,
I
man.
went to Godzilla Fest in 2004, Bob, and that was an epic year because
That one almost killed us. So.
If it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, and it made you guys awesome because I got to meet Hiroshi.
We had 20 films over 7 days.
Yeah, and
Wow.
the guests were amazing.
We had Tsutomu Kitagawa, we had Akira Kubo, we had Hiroshi Koizumi,
Yep.
and Keen. Russ Tamlin was there for War of the Gargantuan.
It was an epic experience to be at the Castro Theater seeing those films. That was one of my first times seeing them on the big screen in their original format. And some were in the original format and some were the American international dubs. But
we tried it like Godzilla Fest. Most of them will be Japanese with subtitles. Sometimes, if we do like a matinee, we'll try to do it dubbed because we get a lot of kids.
It was a really great experience, and that's the year that I first met Diane of Clawmark Toys and Tom. Tom was still alive back then, so that was.
I was just thinking of Clawmark because at that show, and this was the thing, we had a bunch of vendors, and they all had stuff that cost $200, $300, $400, and they weren't doing that well. But Tom from Clawmark, he got it. He understood. He calls up Diane and says, fill up a box with everything I can sell for like $2.
Wow.
And so he got a bunch of stuff in, and he just made a killing. And he gave me this little Godzilla 2000 keychain, which has been hanging from the rearview mirrors of my cars and trucks ever since then. So,
yeah, that was a great
passed
memory.
years ago. It's like, okay, let's stay there.
It was a great experience and a great memory, and that was like one of my first times doing something in the community because it's before I started to get involved. So it was like the jump start that I needed to get into the community. So thank you for that. It was
that's great. I mean, the whole idea of doing these things is to keep the spirit going. And like I say, it's really cool when you see parents bringing their kids.
Yeah,
the kids are all getting into it. I'm an old guy, so once I go, there's another generation that's going to keep these things going. In fact, it was funny at the Ultra Fest. Somebody asked my stepson Michael, so, when Bob goes, are you going to continue these things? I'm like, come on, I got a few years left.
Jeez, it's a little early.
Everybody's kicking me in the grave over here. But as long as Godzilla Fest and Ultra Fest go on, everybody's happy.
That's awesome. It keeps us young, right?
That's right. Yeah, this stuff will keep me going. Yeah, I tell people I'm going to retire pretty soon. They're like, well, what are you going to do if you retire? I got the Planet 8 podcast, I got the Godzilla Fest, I got the other shows I do. Work is just keeping me from doing the stuff I wanted to. So, I got no problem keeping busy if I retire.
Outstanding.
Plus, I got all this crap behind me, so behind me and around me.
Very cool.
Right on, man. Well, it sounds like, once again, an amazing event.
It's going to be a blast. If you see that one listing there, we're going to show Gorgo on Saturday night.
Oh, nice.
Gorgo, that doesn't really fit.
Oh, cool.
But, it's a cool movie. And Kevin D'Antonio was able to work it out with Titanic Creations, where we're going to have a couple of their Gorgo figures to give away at that screen.
Oh, okay.
Dude, that's cool. That's really cool. We talked about their Kickstarter a while ago.
Saturday night. And of course, if you don't want to see Gorgo, across the street, Jim Cernella is going to be holding one of his Kaiju dinners with Tsutomu Kitagawa.
Cool.
And
Good.
if you go on our website, there's a link to email him if you want to get tickets to that. Those are always epic.
Those are always
Those
fun,
are super fun.
Always
I
fun.
think most of us have been to at least one of them.
For sure.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. They're always cool. There's a restaurant across from the theater called the Laundromat, and it used to be a laundromat until Adam, who owns the Balboa, bought it and turned it into a restaurant. And somehow it got written up in some local restaurant magazine thing, and it's been packed ever since. It's like
Nice.
Wow.
gangbusters. So it's like one of the hot spots in San Francisco. So I told Jim, hey, talk to Adam. You can have the dinner over there. So,
Perfect.
They'll be doing that.
That's
That'll
awesome.
That'll be big. And then we got the 10th anniversary of Pacific Rim. That's going to be Friday night.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
10 years already.
What's that?
10 years already. Wow.
10 years, yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
I didn't even realize it. It was like I was talking to Kevin, and he's like, "Hey, you know, Pacific Rim's 10 years old this year." I'm like, "Holy crap!
Oh
Okay,
my
let's show that."
God.
So
Crazy.
yeah, we got that. We got the 50th anniversary of Godzilla vs. Megalon. We got the
Wow.
30th anniversary of Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, the '93 version. But there's one movie I forgot to put on here. I'm kicking myself. Does anybody know what the 60th anniversary this year? What film is celebrating? the
Matango.
60th anniversary? What's that?
Matango.
That's right. I should have shown
Wow.
Matango, but we don't have Matango.
I know that Bob loves Matango.
Bob loves Matango just about more than any movie. Basically.
He's got good taste.
I will. We'll squeeze that in next year.
There you go.
But I definitely got it. But next year's like the 70th anniversary of Godzilla, and the 50th
man.
anniversary of Mechagodzilla. So
Yeah, actually,
It'll be a big one.
so seriously, so David talking about going to Godzilla Fest in 2004, I was actually just thinking, because off to the side is my 50 years of Godzilla poster over there, because I'm doing something with the Hollywood Theater again. So I was like, oh, I'm 1 year off from 10 years from doing that. Like, so yeah,
That's right.
the
yeah, you were at a
70th
Godzilla Fest we had at the Bell Theater in San Diego.
or 20 years. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, that
because
was
when
the-
you guys were doing that,
I think that
when
was
you
the
guys,
50th anniversary of King Kong versus Godzilla.
when I came down for, oh my God, I came down for several of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, in San Leandro, and then I came down in 2019 for the one with where you had
That's right, 'cause we had Michael Dougherty.
T.J. Storm and Michael Dougherty came, which was pretty awesome.
Wow.
So yeah, sometimes we kind of luck into things. Keith and I were interviewing Michael Dougherty for Sci-Fi Japan, and we just started talking and just geeking out because he's as big a geek as any of us when it comes to Godzilla. And we just had a blast just talking. And I said, well, hey, I'm doing this Godzilla Fest in August, you know, blah, 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 by the way, kind of thing. And he goes, are you showing my movie? And I go, oh, we could. He goes, if you show my movie, I'll show up. Consider it done.
Nice. Can't turn that
So,
down.
That was easy.
But that was amazing because it was completely sold out. He got to stand up there and talk about the movie, and then he sat down and watched it with the crowd. And then at the end of the movie, it was like a standing ovation, and he got to go up and answer questions. And then he went out in the lobby and was just like mobbed by people with autographs and pictures.
Wow.
Wow.
He's kind of people shy. So he's kind of uncomfortable around those situations, but he had a good time. And at the end, he said, this is the end of my journey with this movie because he wasn't going to do anything else.
Aww.
He said, yeah, thank you for coming and thank you for enjoying it, blah, blah, blah. Because I know it's gotten a lot of criticism over the years. And, yeah, it was just cool that the audience was so enthusiastic about it. When I asked like how many people there had seen it, maybe about half raised their hands. So there's a lot of people there.
Wow.
Who hadn't seen it before. And I thought, wow, that's crazy.
Right on, man.
So
Wow.
yeah, Kitagawa's time in the spotlight this time. So we'll have interviews with him each night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. during one
Excellent.
of his movies.
Fantastic.
Good, good.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Well,
And he's always a blast. In fact, at our 2004 show, he actually acted out the final scenes from Final Wars on stage.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Just
cool.
Wow.
Crouched down and did all the moves and everything, and
Awesome.
yelled, screeched like that and stuff. So that was really cool. But,
Very cool.
cool,
yeah,
man.
he's great.
So-
They had Kitagawa and Satsuma and Nakajima at this Alien Con in San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting in the audience. I'm waiting for the panel. You know, the three of them go walking up there. Kitagawa looks over and sees me. He's like, "Hey!" And then afterwards, I'm talking to somebody, and I think that's where I met Christina the first time.
Yeah.
And he comes up, like I was talking to somebody, and he comes running up behind me and hands me this picture he drew of the alien. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Here, take this. So, but that was when he was just starting. He would do sketches when he'd be sitting at his table, and he was getting better and better. And he was always hanging out with Nishikawa at the shows. So he's gotten a lot better since then. So
yes, he has.
Yeah.
Talented dude.
Yeah, no, he's
Very
nice
talented.
guy, so.
And you could meet him if you go to
You can see
Godzilla
him if you
Fest.
come out to Godzilla Fest. In fact,
You can
you
buy
can
his
have
art.
dinner with Godzilla.
On the West Coast. Well,
Well, now I'm on the
okay,
East
go.
Coast, so that's not doing me any good.
right.
Well,
That
I
was your
expect to
decision.
see Kyle come down. I expect to see Christine up there.
I'll be
Yep,
in
you
New
know,
York.
I'll be there with Bills on.
What?
I'm sad. I was like, because you moved the date, right? Originally it was like last weekend or something. So I was like, oh yes, I can
Or
go.
this weekend, right?
You know, I had to change the thing like 3 times. It was the first time we were going to have it last weekend.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
actually, it would have been this weekend. And out of the Arinda, they were going to do Night of the Living Dead with the original cast. His friends of mine put it on, so I'm like, oh, I don't want to compete with them. So I moved it to 25th, 26th, or 26th, 27th, whatever that weekend is. And then that turns out to be All Monsters Attack down in LA,
Oh,
which
yeah.
Kitagawa's going to be at. So it's like, oh, shoot, I can't do that. So I moved it back to this, the next weekend. So I had like 2 or 3 weekend changes. Ultra
I
Fest
know,
is the
I'm
same thing.
I'm sad I'm gonna miss it. I was so excited to go, and I was like, oh my, seriously, right when I'm in New York. All right,
Well,
next year. Next year.
We'll do
I'll
it
plan
next
on it.
year. It's always like the second or third weekend of August. We try to
Keep it open.
keep it away from other shows. In fact, Ultra Fest, we went up against San Diego Comic Con that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And we also went up against Barbenheimer, which was playing like 7 or 8 blocks away from the theater.
Yeah.
Still got to see that.
I gotta see
Yeah.
it.
In fact, Adam owns both theaters. He usually hangs out at our shows. But I didn't see him all weekend because he had sold out shows at Balboa with Barbenheimer. Like,
Wow.
he had to be over there for that. So, but we did good numbers at Ultra Fest, all things considered. So,
That's
Good, good.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We usually get good numbers at Godzilla Fest, so it should be a lot of fun.
Right on, man. Well, thanks for coming on and sharing, dude.
Hey, no
Yeah,
problem.
thanks, Bob.
Thanks,
Thank
Bob.
you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Always a pleasure to have.
I don't know if you can see it. My shirt.
Yeah, dude. Hang on, wait. Let me blow you up.
Well,
Check
yeah.
out that shirt.
Let's see, Roosevelt, RSVELT, one of their Ultraman shirts. So it's all Ultraman monsters.
Oh, that's cool. I can see. I
That's
can see
cool.
Nova. I can see Guts.
I got that Rain Schooner Ultraman Hawaiian shirt. $120 shirt or something. But they sent me one to wear it at Ultra Fest, so I got that. I haven't watched it yet, so I couldn't wear it this one. So,
They got some good stuff. They got the Godzilla ones that just came out.
Yep. Literally
yeah,
just dropped.
they do. And then Rain Schooner had that Godzilla shirt
Yeah.
earlier in the year, I
Last
think.
year. A couple of years
Between,
ago, yeah.
between you guys and me, they told me they're going to redo that one or make a new one probably the next few months. So.
Nice.
But they said the last one sold out in like 3 days.
Wow. Nice shirt.
Right on, right on. Well, we're going to go ahead and kick off our news segment. Bob, thank you again for joining us, and thanks for
No problem.
sharing.
Thanks, Bob.
Godzilla
Thanks for having me
Fest.
on.
We'll catch you for your next promotion at the very least.
That's right.
And yeah, without further ado, here comes the news. Actually, you know what we didn't do? Let me do this first. Before the news, we usually have our chat room check-in. And I got a little confused. So I want to make sure that we say hello to all 42 people watching live right now.
Awesome.
Thank you guys all for being here. So Jonathan, if you could man the comments, and then Leslie, you want to do the call outs?
Sure. As long as he can keep up. Good with that.
Keep up.
Rapid fire. Rapid fire.
Start your
All right.
engines.
Going to go faster than Rodan flying. So here we go. All right.
What do we got today?
Adam Gonzalez, Johnny Coke, Helmet. What's up, Helmet?
Hey!
Kaiju Battle, of course, Nathaniel Plummer, Thirsty Thursday Toys, Tanner's in there, Alex Sawyer, Bill's Carnage, Larry Latham, Fanciest of Cats. Let's see, Paul Plutzker, Apocalypse Beast, Godzilla Train 1090,
What's up, Adrian?
Eric Stope, Greg Coggin, Oscar Solis. Let's see who else. Varzilla 1. Let's see who else. Your mama, Christine, Diane Chapin.
Don't forget to pick me up tomorrow, Mom.
That's great.
Gonzalo, Kaiju Live. What's up, AJ? AJ.
Hey.
Gonzo.
Oh, my better half, Sandra. What's up, babe?
Sandra.
Let's see who else. Let's see. Still the same names. John Parkinson, Mike Keller, Arturo Martinez, Robert Dwyer, the Greg Zilla, Skrionk. What's up, John?
What's up?
Down my best.
And C Rada and Sound of Metal. And that is it. So thank y'all for being here.
Thank you.
Excellent
much,
work.
everybody.
Thank you all for being here. That deserves a round of applause.
Yeah.
There you go.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
All right. Well, you know, I love the news so much that I decided we didn't just want to do just our standard news. We have so many things happening right now that I think we should have a special segment dedicated to the news where we talk about our hits from Wonderfestival.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of San Diego Comic-Con thrown in there too, but this is what we're covering in this special report. I know that this happened last month, but of course we haven't seen each other as a whole group since that time. And man, oh man, what a Wonderfestival it was. I had a really great time checking out all the cool stuff. I can't wait to go back in person. We had a couple of our Collect All Monsters monster collectors who were able to go to the Summer Wonderfestival. Hot, I heard about the weather. Yeah.
They said they do not recommend.
Yeah, that's
not
what
recommend.
happens for Summer Wonderfestival.
They are not wrong.
And we're going to talk a little bit. Some of us are going to talk a little bit about some of the stuff that came out of San Diego Comic-Con. Just sort of our favorite things. And so because of that, I'll turn things over to our good friend, Mr. Leslie Chambers, who is going to start things off with, you're just going to have to take my lead in terms of what's coming up here. But yeah, starting off with the X Plus.
Sure. I guess the common theme coming out of our coverage here is that we're all going to be broke. So we might as well just go ahead and just have that heart to heart with our wallets and our bank accounts. Like, you know, it's not going to be good in the next 2 or 3 months. So, because
it never is.
Right? I think again,
There's always something good coming out.
In the red.
Because again, with all this stuff coming out, not to mention the stuff that we don't know about just yet. God,
Yeah.
Again, we're going to be like junkies, like vinyl junkies in a lot of respects. But I want to first talk about, this is one of the cool things coming out of Wonderfest. And of course, you know what this is. You know exactly what this is. X Plus has finally given us a Godzilla Tower from Godzilla vs. Gigan.
Yes.
And this is a great thing, but I have to be critical. I have to keep it real. I have to keep it real. Now, and I'm sure I speak for everybody that's out there. Of course, my delivery is more brutal than most folks, but still, here, you know, you get what you pay for. But as happy as I am to see this coming out, it is coming out in the Toho Maniacs line. Like the Matango, like Sarazawa, like the Mysterious Alien, like the Planet's Control Alien, which is fine. I'd rather have a Godzilla Tower representation than none at all. Because, you know, I think we got one from Marmot. Did Marmot do like a Godzilla Tower or something like that?
Marmot did a Godzilla
Marmot
Tower.
did,
yes.
yeah.
Many colors.
Marmot has a Godzilla Tower,
Yes.
Cast has a Godzilla Tower, and I think there's another one out there that's escaping me.
Yeah. So before it's like a realistic, you know, the stuff that I normally go after, I've always wanted a realistic version of the Godzilla Tower. And again, I'm happy it's coming out. And suppose it's coming out in the it says right there December of 2023. Of course, that could change, but hopefully it'll come out. But Christine, these things are not really that expensive, to be honest with you. Yeah, so it's not going to be that expensive. However, I kind of wish that they would have put this in the 25 or 30 centimeter scale.
Here.
Because again, I'm a huge fan of this film. Like like Kyle and like John, you know, and I would have wished they would have done this in a bigger scale, like the Train Biter 54 that came out, you know, with the base on top of it. You mean tell me you couldn't make this bigger? You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I'm really critical about. But at the same time, I'm happy that we are finally getting something involved in the Godzilla Tower.
It's cool that we're getting it, but at the same time, I think what a lot of people like to do with X Plus figures is take pictures of them in a lineup. And if you've got Gigan, Godzilla, Angulus, and King Ghidorah, and you want to throw in that Godzilla Tower, it's going to be super
really
duper
small.
tiny.
Right.
It's not even. You're not going to be able to make it work. I think it should be in the 25 or 30 centimeter scale, to be perfectly honest.
It may show up in that scale at some point. You know, I mean,
this one does good.
It's great for force perspective, though. It's great for force perspective.
That's true. That's true. Now, Leslie, I thought you were going to say something else when you talked about criticism, because I've had a couple conversations with people who approached me to see if I could do something about that balloon. People are not loving that balloon. They're kind of like, I don't love it either, to be perfectly honest with you. It kind of
Can you take it
disrupts the symmetry.
It's canon, but it definitely disrupts the symmetry for sure. It looks out of scale to that balloon, that rope, huge.
It's too big. It's out of scale. So
like a wire.
I already have a couple commissions to actually remove the umbrella, the balloon. So I'm going to do it to my own, I think, too, first to see if I can do it actually, and then people are going to send them out. So I'm going to be taking that balloon out. So
I would hope
it's
to
a
take it
small
off.
criticism because we're stoked to have it in any form.
Right.
But
Cool.
you know, we're striving for perfection here at Collect All Monsters, and we want everybody to be stoked with their pieces. So if I can actually do this, just send them to me and I'll take it off for you. So
There'll be a slight fee.
Right, it'd be a slight fee, but I mean, the balloon doesn't really bother me. Honestly, if it were up to me, I would have took out the balloon and gave it a light up in its mouth. You know, to simulate
like
maybe
a Rick version.
That could be a Rick version. And let me just tell you, X Plus, if you're watching
the Toho Maniacs.
No, I think they're all. I think they are. No. I think they are Rick exclusives to a certain extent. So this could be like no different than the Matango, Sarazawa, or the Planet X alien or whatever. Let me just tell you, X Plus, if you're watching, I'll let this slide, but you better not do the Imposter Godzilla in the Toho Maniacs line. I'm just saying, do not do that. Do not. Give us a proper Imposter Godzilla in 25 or 30 centimeter scale. Just don't, you know, I mean, because again, people were happy about this, but people were like, why couldn't it be bigger? But don't want to give y'all too much hope, but it's a little something.
Well, look
when
at
Kyle and David,
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, but when Kyle and David and Christine talked with the Mondo folks, I did ask a question to the Mondo folks about possible pieces, and I asked, you know, the Godzilla. I asked, would they do a Godzilla Tower? Godzilla being taken out of Lake Myogen and Monster Zero, or the fake Godzilla revealing himself as Mecha Godzilla, and they said that one of them is definitely in the works, and there's another one that's a straight possibility. So we might get a proper one from Mondo. Just saying, like, don't forget about that. I'm not saying that's not what they said. There's always hope.
Recommendation: don't take liberty with the design. Try to be accurate.
I agree.
Right.
I don't want to hope the Godzilla Tower, and this looks fantastic. They got it, because sometimes we here in America start doing some stuff, not just look.
Right.
You know.
All right, moving on to the next item I want to talk about. Of course, S Plus revealed that they're doing everybody's favorite Subterranean Devil that fought the Frankenstein monster in 1965. Of course, the four-legged crawling version of Baragon, and this from the favorite sculptors line, is from a Wave kit. As a matter of fact, I actually have the Wave kit right here, so I can tell you.
Oh, look at that!
I can tell you firsthand about this kit. So, Kyle, blow me up if you can. So, Look at this. This is what you're getting right here.
What the fuck?
Yeah, whatever.
There you
Yeah, whatever. Look at that. This is cool.
He's so cute.
This is what you're getting.
like a
And it's a good size. It's actually like in a 33, 34 centimeter type of scale. It's like really, it could compare. It's really bigger than like the Anguirus or whatever. I do have a couple photographs that Kyle I want you to show, but this is the figure, or at least the model kit that's based off the figure that you're getting, and it's great. So if you're a Baragon fan and you want to show him some love, too bad Destroy All Monsters didn't show him any love, but if you want to show him some love, get this guy right here. So Kyle, throw up those pictures for me so I can.
All right.
Try and add some type of commentary to
It's
him.
these guys.
It's a classic sculpt.
Okay.
Classic.
See, he's very photogenic. I would suggest that maybe you can put like a little rock or stand underneath his paw here to make it look like he's rising up, whatever. So again, he's great, very photogenic. Where's the other photograph of Frankenstein? I think I put one in there too.
Mm-hmm.
You see it?
He just looks like a little puppy dog. He's so cute.
How does he scale with the Frankenstein? Is it pretty much in scale or what?
Since Frankenstein is in the 25 centimeter scale, Baragon is a little bit bigger than what he should be, just a little bit. But when you put them together, but when you put them together, you're not gonna really care about scale, quite frankly,
Mm-hmm.
And that looks great, and that leads to my last pitch I want to talk about. I want to ask y'all just real quick. Because this is Baragon and this is Barugon. And yes, there is a difference. Baragon is a four-legged brown creature with a horn on its head, and Barugon is a four-legged brown creature with a horn on its head. But seriously, everybody in the chat, you hear the questions, let your voice be heard in the comment section. But I want to ask my co-host here, who do you find cooler? Baragon from Toho or Barugon from Daiei? Who's the cooler monster?
Baragon for me.
Well, Barugon has the edge because he's such a freaky monster with that rainbow weapon, and he's got a tongue like a chameleon that shoots frost from it. I mean, I do love me some Frankenstein Conquers the World, but I gotta give the edge to Barugon. And it's my favorite Showa Gamera film too, by the way. So I think I'm gonna have to stick with that.
Well,
I think Baragon is cuter. Baragon looks like he's just like a cute little puppy. But Barugon, I gotta say, even though I haven't seen the movie, I've seen clips of it. But I know, I shouldn't have even said that. But but I think Barugon looks cooler. He just has a cooler, more like evil looking design. Where Baragon is more like cute.
John, what about you?
Baragon, just because he's cool. He's a little more edgy.
He's definitely
Baragon. Just in
he
general.
uses his tongue as a freaking battering ram. How is that not cool?
That's
cool. Yeah,
I mean, the innovation of that monster. Like somebody was really, having some good stuff when they're figuring out what they're going to do with this monster. Because it's like freezing tongue, rainbow out of his back.
Yeah,
hatched with the opal. It's like it's just so out there that it's got to be cool. I mean, Baragon I love, but he's just kind of your standard dinosaur. He's not the,
But Baragon has a lame weakness. All you need is a bucket of rainwater, and he just goes into the fetal position. He's like this.
This is true.
But again, favorite sculptors line Baragon. Don't know when it's coming out, but again, I can tell you from personal experience, this is a wonderful kit. So if you're a fan of Baragon, please get your hands on it. And finally, might as well go with the big guys on my final news segment. Of course, I'm wearing the shirt. So again, huge shout out to AJ and Spiral Toy and Spiral Studios. And honestly, I thought I was done with Shin Godzilla, but apparently Shin Godzilla is not done with me. Because I have the S Plus Gigantic Series standard version. I have the Gigantic Series Purple G-Store Awakening version, but Spiral showcase the next entry, I think, in the Legacy line, maybe behind the King Ghidorah 91, and they're doing Shin Godzilla, and they showcase two unpainted prototypes. One is the Awakening version, which I maybe assume might be a purple one, but the other one is going to be a roaring one, where where his mouth is not separated, like it's about to fall off his head. So, and again, I thought I was done with Shin Godzilla, but I don't really have that one.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Frozen version is dope.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to see if I can get that one. And it was up against the Burning Godzilla that came out earlier this year. You know what I'm saying? And that thing was really big. So and you can see how big Shin is comparable to that statue. So Shin's gonna be really, really, really big, and I can't wait to see what these things look like painted. The tail stand looks great. So I can't wait to get this thing in my collection. Again, I'm not gonna go for the Awakening one. I'm gonna go for the Roaring one. So again, my wallet's gonna hate me, just like I'm sure your wallet's gonna hate you. But so again, I can't wait to see what's gonna be the next figure in the Legacy line. I know the 84 is supposedly coming, but I just can't wait to see what they'll announce. What they announce may be the first Showa Legacy Godzilla figure. So, but only time will tell with that. So that's it. What I want to cover in my new segment.
Time will tell, but AJ is watching live, so AJ could tell literally right now. Just
do a 68, AJ. You can hear me. Do a 68.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say it now just in case I forget later. But he says 64 question mark.
Sweet baby Jesus, no, you didn't.
Number 13.
You hear that, John?
Number 13.
You hear that, John?
AJ and I have a roughly scheduled interview about Spiral stuff in the near future. So I'll talk about that right now because I don't want to forget it later. But
Oh my God, 64, not bad for the number 13 film, right, John? Right, John?
13, please.
You went there, Leslie.
I damn sure did. I was not gonna let this show fly without me at least going there first. But anyways,
Did I repeat myself? Number 13.
Yeah. So cut this mic too. But anyways, let's hear what David has to say. David, what you want to talk about in your new segment?
Oh my goodness. All right. First of all, being like in transition right now, essentially homeless, it's really painful to see all of these amazing things available that I just can't like pull the trigger on in good conscience right now. But I can still, talk about them and, and wish that I could get them at some point. But anyway, it's going to be a while until I'm back reunited with my collection, but and I'm sad. You see, I'm in my mom's house and there's nothing behind me. But anyway, so let's get started with this beautiful, realistically spray color of the Passion Tank 64 Godzilla. Now, this Godzilla is the one that a bunch of us thought would make sort of a convert out of Leslie Chambers, because it is almost like it's pretty realistic for a Sofubi, am I right? I mean, now Leslie, how do you feel about this realistically painted color? Figure. Are you fine? Okay, all right.
It's fine.
We're trying. We're trying up in here.
Try harder. You ain't doing it. I'm sorry.
All right, so Leslie is not a convert just yet, but I love it. I think it's great. They're coming up with some really cool color sprays of this sculpt. Rich Iso just got the red sculpt. It's kind of like a
I love that one. The one with the green spray on it.
The poppy kind of spray, yeah.
If you hold out long enough, they're going to come out. Passion Tank's going to do one that's going to, float your boat. And there's a couple in there that I wish I would have held out for. I do love my blue one. The first issue of the blue. I do love that one. But anyway, that's the Passion Tank 64. Next, I gotta, talk about this guy, because this is, aside from the Showa version of Gamera versus Barugan, the Gamera, The Advent of Legion is my second favorite Gamera film. And I'm sorry. So this is the Nightmare Gamera, Trauma Gamera from Gamera 3. Sorry, my bad. I love this figure. He's so evil. He's so mean. He's cute. And he comes with a little destroyed, sort of desiccated house down there in the wreckage. Cool. But I love this figure, and I'm definitely going to add this. This is of course from X Plus, and I'm not sure if there's a date for the release of this, but I guess coming soon. right? Does anybody have a date? Release
I
date?
didn't see a date, but I can't. I
didn't
don't
see a
have
date.
the pictures showing anything more than the stuff. Yeah, there's no date card. I think.
Some of these D4 real figures are just so spectacularly done.
Aren't they?
Oh yeah,
And they're small. They have a small footprint, just like the
Yeah.
Toho Maniacs. I mean,
and very detailed.
very,
being
very
so small.
detailed. And I got to a point where I was kind of debating on what part of my collection that I need to sell. These were on the chopping block, but I decided against it because they are really cool and they look really nice, sort of all lined up, masked out in a row. So he's definitely going to be added to my collection at some point. So, Trauma Guy first camera X-Buses. The first one revisited. Yeah, I don't know. Is that it? I don't know the answer to that. Do you guys know?
I mean, it's a Deferreal Gamera anyway, right? So they did a Deferreal bank with this one, right? Like
True.
ages ago.
It was a bank. It wasn't really
And
a
then, but yeah, I think this is sort of the first. This is the first Nightmare / Trauma Gamera we've seen since X Plus, since that bank, and like I would really love for them to do a 25 or 30 or even gigantic version of the Trauma Gamera because it's a beauty. But yeah,
and I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will. Okay, there he answered his own question.
Okay.
Well, excellent. There you go. All right. So what's coming up next? What do I got next here?
You have
got okay.
Oh,
This
nice.
is for a few people in the fandom who actually also love the Universal Monster line, and one of the things I have in common with G Akamoto from X Plus is we both grew up building these Aurora styrene model kits, and I love the fact that he gets to come full circle and produce a figure of a monster that was never actually produced back in the day. This is the creature from the Black Lagoon from the second film, Revenge of the Creature. Now, and if you look, those of us who remember these kits, they came in the long boxes, just like X Plus is packaging them. And they're also in the same color of styrene that they were originally released in. So I think those of us who love these are going to get it. They're awesome. There's very few representations of Revenge of the Creature. So I am really, really stoked to have this. This one, I'm not quite sure what this one is, Kyle. I think this is actually a pre-painted one. It looks like a silver screen series. It looks.
I just figured this was like a painted up version that they had on display.
It might be. I have to ask G about that because I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if eventually they will release these as painted figures too, because if they sell them, which a lot of people would like. But anyway, yeah, I'm stoked for it. And following suit, they're also doing more monsters in the Universal line. You can see there's a Bela Lugosi Dracula back there.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
And then they just announced The Mummy from The Mummy's Tomb, which was the first film that starred Lon Chaney as the Mummy, because as you know, the original Mummy was played by Boris Karloff, and the Mummy was barely in it. He was in it for maybe a minute, if that. And then they did a movie called The Mummy's Hand, and it was an aging cowboy actor named Tom Tyler. And he only did the one film, but the rest of the Mummy films, there's 3 more, starting with The Mummy's Tomb, was starred Lon Chaney Jr. So this is pretty iconic. And it's not Imhotep anymore, it's Karis. And they changed the story a little bit. But anyway, I love it. I'm stoked. And I just had to add it to my list. Now, this one, I know Kyle and I were already loving this. This is from the Ray Harryhausen collection. And it's the Hydra from Jason and the Argonauts.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Man, it's killing me because I can't really justify it. I mean, look at that.
Oh,
I mean,
my goodness.
looks like the stop motion piece that he actually used. And
this one hurts me.
It hurts me too.
This one literally makes me think that when I move to Japan, I'm gonna have to dedicate an entire shelf to Harryhausen stuff.
You should.
Yeah, you should.
It's
And
like
I
they
should
did the Kraken, and it was sort of like a gigantic, and I was like, oh, it's too big, it's too expensive, I can't get it. And then they just did the Rhedosaurus last year, which I did get that, and it is a fantastic piece. So Star Ace is really knocking these things out of the park. And then I gotta say, this one was kind of the one that was I was like, well, if they do the Hydra, maybe. And now they're doing the Hydra.
I was the same way, Kyle, and I'm a huge fan of Harryhausen on Saturday afternoon movies, and that got me started in my love of monster movies. and
Yeah,
the
man,
Hydra
totally.
has always been one of my favorites. So I am going to have a Harryhausen shelf. I have a Buanji, I've got the Rhedosaurus, I've got the Ymir, and I'm definitely going to add him to the collection. So those are the ones that I want to showcase. I wanted to showcase. So what do you got to show us, Christine, that you were inspired by seeing at either
man.
or
So there's a lot of good, like Sofubi wise. Oh man, this Wonderfest was just chock full of all kinds of Sofubi goodness. So the first one I got up here, which is one of my favorite companies now, Neo Player One. Oh my gosh, they were so popular this year. Their table. So as you know, our friend Nick Sides, he went to Wonderfest this year, and so this is one of the most sought after ones. The figures at the show at their table. This was actually like the chase version, the Burning Godzilla. This is a new sculpt they put out. So they had this colorway, which is like a clear orange with glitter, and a green one. And so I had already asked for Nick to get me something previously, so I didn't want to be greedy, be like, can you get me this and this and this? But I was like, I so wanted this one of these. And unbeknownst to me, my man Joe had reached out to Nick and was like, hey, Christine really wants one of these. Could you maybe grab one at the table? But we didn't realize that it was going to be sold by raffle. So it was sold by raffle. You had an hour time slot to go in for each of these. They had other like bigger size figures too. They had Zod from Berserk and shoot, I can't remember the other one. It was a robot thing from something. So anyways, you had an hour window to go to their table, sign up for the raffle. And then they would call, text if you won or whatever. So apparently Nick won one of them for me.
Oh, they're plastic.
They kept it a surprise for like 2 weeks, a week or so. So I was just down in LA for the Marmot exhibition, and so they like pulled this out on me. I was like, what? Oh my god! And at first I thought it was Nick. I thought he had won one. And Mr. Montami, I was like, oh, congrats. Yeah, you're so cool, whatever. And then he's like, no, it's yours. I was like, oh my god. But no, it's gorgeous. It's a big old piece of vinyl.
Huge.
And like, it is heavy too. And like, it's very well like made. It's very thick. And like, I didn't realize there was glitter in it. Like, I didn't tell that from the pictures that they put out. But yeah, it's got glitter in it. And I love the little puffs of smoke on it. A really cool figure.
Yeah,
like,
that really
I love
makes the figure.
That was nice. That was nice of Nick. That was nice of Nick to help out the broken misfortune.
well, Joe got it for him.
Joe is the man. Joe is
the
so
man.
He's like, oh, happy birthday, my late birthday present. I was like, oh, he's so sweet, my man. But I guess, yeah, like there was 800 people that had entered the raffle for these. So, I mean, Nick's got some good luck, man, because I don't never have that kind of luck.
Is it translucent? Is it translucent? Can you pass a light through it?
Yeah, it is. It's like the whole thing is clear, but it's weird because it like shimmers at the same time. I don't know how. I think it's got to be painted on the inside as well because it's clear, translucent. But
okay.
It's. I know you'd have to see it in person. I know you can't really like tell on video, but yeah, it has like a shimmer to it. It's very beautifully, very wonderfully done. And I really love the Neo Player One. I love his style of how he creates these and sculpts these. It's just a different. I guess it's like a different kind of look. They also had a pink colorway of the 64 Godzilla and the Hedorah, which are both like really cute sculpts. I was debating trying to get one of those too, but the aftermarket for these is crazy.
What in the world?
It's crazy.
And he's cute though. But yeah, the aftermarket is like double.
This is not going to make it number. No. This one.
Yeah, it's not Leslie. I guess that's not really up your aisle, Leslie. But
Pepto Bismol Mosu Goji? No, I don't think so.
I love the sculpt. They're so like whimsical, like cute. And then look at this fedora. How cute is that?
Yeah.
It's at first glance, it looks like he's got a toothbrush and toothpaste.
Oh, yeah.
Like
it does.
That'd be a cute idea for a sculpt. But yeah, great stuff at their table. I mean, their table was like the table to be at this year.
Yeah.
So foodie wise. And then another thing that caught my eye was the T-base. So this is actually their first kaiju like Godzilla sculpt they've done. They had a Godzilla and a Hedorah. Big old guy. I actually have this one as well.
wow, look at you.
Awesome.
I got a pretty long lucky. I got some good hauls from. So thank you. Also, this is the one I had originally asked Nick if he had extra time to just swing by the table, which he was already over that way. Anyway, I'd also asked Helmy, so thank you to Nick and Helmy. For
Is that
helping me
GMK?
get this.
Is that GMK?
Yeah, it is. And this
Okay.
is really 25
Serious.
centimeter. And I don't know. It doesn't. So the blue one is a glow in the dark. This is a red vinyl. But I like how they painted the mouth kind of this blue. So it looks like he's like charging up. Really great piece. They did a Hedera as well. And then they had a blue glowy blank. But yeah, really big piece for
It's unique.
for
It's very
Suzuki.
unique.
Yeah.
Man.
And the the glowy is just very beautiful. And I've seen pictures of the glowy online, and they glow really bright, but very exciting. So I mean, I'm hoping they continue along in this line, and maybe give us some more kaiju and more colorways of this, because this sculpt was very popular in the U.S. and it's very weird that we haven't seen any show up on the second market yet. So that was a little bit
I got a
strange.
question about your GMK. I had to wait until we're doing the live show.
Okay,
So bring that boy back up here.
here he is.
Okay, so what are we looking at there? Is it painted red vinyl, like with
Yes.
black, or is it marbleized? So it's painted?
I think it's painted.
Show the
I think
feet.
he, he has.
Oh,
But there's,
that might be
there is some
marble.
There is some black there, but his hands are all the tips of his hands are red.
Yeah.
Like this one. So I'm thinking it's red vinyl that's painted black. But I don't know. I can't-
You know
like,
what?
there's
You should just
spots
send it
where
to
it's
me,
like-
and I'll check it out. I'll make sure that it is
I'll send you
red
some
vinyl.
pictures. I'll
That
send you
sounds
some
fair.
detailed
That
pictures.
sounds fair. Wow.
But
I love this thing. I'm actually kicking myself for not getting it, honestly.
But one of the things that I really like about it too is the different textures that they put in this. Like his cheek, his cheeks on his face have different sculpting, scales are sculpted differently. And the ones on his neck, his legs, his knees even. There's a lot of different textures they put into this sculpt, which I think is really, really cool.
Wow.
What was
I
the
agree.
last one? But I
Awesome.
mean, and the Hedera just looks great too. I mean, I'd love to get one of those. I'm really hoping, maybe we'll see more at another Wonderfest, Winter Wonderfest, Kyle.
I think
know,
Kyle's
right?
gonna get one
Hoping.
eventually when he's over there. I have a feeling that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
gonna
sure
happen.
we'll find one. And then One Up. Okay, so One Up always has great stuff. They're nice size. Here I have a from their first the Burning Godzilla, but they're about Hazawa Gumi size. They're great, tiny little sculpts, good to fit on the shelf. But and they've been putting out new sculpts. I think every Wonderfest. I think.
I like that one.
Or every
It's
other
cute.
one. So
I like
the
it.
64 and the little Mothra attaches to his tail. You can take the Mothra off. So this is their new sculpt and their debut colorway of the
I like it.
64 Godzilla. Yeah, really cute. I would like to I'm going to hold out for a different colorway, but I would like to add this one to my collection. They're decently priced. I think these were 11,000 yen, so about $80,
About $100.
dollars or so. Yeah.
That's great.
And they also had a Showa King Ghidorah, which looks amazing. Oh my gosh, look at this guy.
Yeah.
So that's the
Sweet.
other new sculpt that they had debuted in the Kaiju line, the Godzilla line, the universe. But I mean, they come with little. I don't know if the Ghidorah came with any extras, but the Burning Godzilla, he came with. Their first one came with a little, junior, and then a little crab.
Oh, I love the
aggregate
junior.
form.
I love that
So
junior.
cool.
That junior's
It's so
great.
cute. And then
We
actually,
don't have
their
enough
Burning
juniors.
Godzilla.
We don't
The
have
Burning
enough
Godzilla
juniors.
they had at this one had a Super X3 on a little base.
Nice.
So now I'm like, do I need to buy another Burning Godzilla so I can have the Super X3?
They are mixing it up, which is
Yeah,
really
they
interesting
are.
of them.
I wish I could just buy just the Super X3, but no, I mean, One Up's been coming out
I love
with
those
they're
guys.
great sculpts. They fit really nicely on the shelf,
And they're affordable for the most
Cost them
part.
out. Yeah, and they are. And even on the second mark I've seen, they're pretty decently around
Yeah,
low hundreds.
I got the 54, and I didn't think it was that bad of a markup, honestly. I think I
No, they're
paid.
not.
I did pay more than it was at the show, but that's just that's the not being there tax, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
True. It's
Because
true.
even this was I think I paid $120 for this set,
That's
which is
good.
really close to
Those are
retail.
really
And
good.
I'm surprised because usually the
Mhm.
Burning Godzillas, no matter who makes it, are always
They go a
triple the
little-
price
they go for
online.
more.
But Yeah, but no,
So-
very decently priced.
So before Kyle goes, Christine or John goes, this East Coast thing is real, man. It's getting dark in here, and I'm having.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I'm trying. I got to turn on my ceiling light.
I'm not on Pacific time anymore. It's like
Oh,
7
no.
something.
Yeah,
So-
it's different, isn't it?
I might have to excuse myself and turn some more lights on or something because I'm starting to disappear here.
I can see it's getting dark over there already.
The days
Totally
are getting
dark.
shorter.
It might be a storm coming too.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
That
Oh,
too.
boy.
That's possible. Very possible.
I gotta figure out the lighting in my mom's house for the next show. But anyway, just saying, I'm not like sort of like fading out. I'm still here. So
It's more urban. It's a
It's
black
5 minutes.
experience.
Dave's gonna be
You'll
like,
love it. You'll love it.
Oh Lord,
Me and John love it. So hey, come on.
hey, I can dig it. I
you
can
have a
totally-
folding chair? No.
What's that?
You have a folding chair?
Oh my God.
I love you guys so much. You know?
Oh my God. That is hilarious.
I don't need you
Okay.
to move the road. Bring your folding chair.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
It is getting
That was
dark.
cool, John. I give you that one. That was cool. I like that.
you guys.
Jeez,
Actually, Christine, before you move on, you do have
Yeah.
one more thing, because I did ask my co-hosts if there was anything from San Diego Comic-Con they wanted to talk about.
Right.
Oh yes! Oh my gosh!
Ooh,
How
this
can we
thing's
forget? This
amazing.
like immediately caught my eye, and I'm sure a lot of others. So there's an Urban Aztec is the one who created this. You know, this is the design and all that, and then it was sculpted and being put up by Mondo. And I think the pre-orders are going to be later this fall. Believe that's what they said. But I mean, it's a big figure.
I
So I'm
want
assuming
it.
it's about. It looks like it's about the size of Attack Peter's Mechagodzilla. But
Oh, okay.
wow,
Yes.
I gotta have that.
I love these unique interpretations that Mondo is
Me
doing
too.
of Godzilla. Like, you know,
Yes.
Attack Peter and now Urban Aztec. And this, I believe actually Hector painted this one. Beautiful. I mean, what a
Beautiful.
way to make this stand out, and what an
It's
great.
eye-catching piece.
Awesome.
It's
It
just
screams gallery piece.
Yes, it
Yes.
does.
the designer.
I gotta have
I
it.
wish I could have seen it in person, but the pictures that they put out from the show are just absolutely stunning. And I mean, we love these. I mean, we love different variations and interpretations of Godzilla, and like we don't have anything like this yet. It's unique. It's beautiful. I'm very excited for this. So yeah, as soon as those pre-orders go up, I know this is going to sell out very quickly, but really excited for this to be
I
coming out.
love the sculpts on this. The design, fantastic. What I'm legit hoping for, and this would be an easy answer for Mondo. Not that they're watching right now or anything, but if this is the only colorway they would put out, then I would buy this. But I'm just saying, this looks like a perfect bronze patina kind of situation,
Oh, that
right?
would be
Or
amazing.
Oh, 100%.
rocky with moss covered kind of look to it.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
saying, Hector.
Oh.
Just saying, and
Like
Peter
iron.
and all those guys.
That's
Anyway,
They're
like,
having
thank you,
fun
Christine.
now, so.
Like from Chichen Itza in Mexico. That would be so
gotta have that. That's too
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's
Shucks.
beautiful,
And I
gorgeous.
love all the
I think
highlights
we're
of
hopefully
artist.
going to be having a special interview with some people who are doing some cool alternative sculptings of the Godzillas in the future. Very future, not very near future. I mean, episode.
Looks like an ancient
Okay.
kaiju.
Yeah, it does.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, my time. Okay.
It's
What
John's
you got,
time.
John? What you got?
Well, there were a number of things I loved about Wonderfest. Oh, you little. Oh,
Yeah.
Woohoo!
oh, this is Kyle. Oh, bless you, Kyle. Well, a few months ago, I was working feverishly, and this, to my delight, was for sale at Wonderfest this year, and the Godzilla store was the Yuji Sakai Modeling Collection Godzilla 1954 soft vinyl kit, and got mine in the mail.
Oh,
Awesome, dude.
nice. Well done.
Yes. And I was honored to do another box design for Yuji Sakai. It's been an honor
That's awesome.
doing
Damn.
doing these projects, working with Jeremy
So
and
great.
G-san and Matsubara-san. I'm so grateful to all of them for the opportunities they were afforded me. It's really awesome to be able to do Shodai Godzilla of all the boxes to this point. that I've been privileged to do, this one was the funnest. My
that's awesome,
finish,
John.
my Photoshop file, Kyle, was 8 gigs.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
I
Bigger
wrote
than
that
a zip
thing.
drive. Yeah.
Wow.
John, now the only thing I gotta say, we gotta be very careful now. Make sure that image doesn't make its way into the hands of Toho, where they're gonna think it's an actual photo from the original series. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so tired of seeing them share your photo, like
You ain't
total
lying.
dummies. Like,
They're not the
here's
only
some cool
ones.
stuff about Godzilla. Let's just use this photo that we think is ours.
No.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
They do
How good
own.
you
They
are, John.
own this one. They own this. So when they
Okay.
they can use this one. I would be honored if they use this one. But like you said, the other one, it does drive me crazy. And everyone is
Yeah.
trying to tell them. And it's on the Godzilla.com. They have a video that's showing it plays over, but you can still see it. And I'm like, oh,
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
great kit, great kit, great kit. And they put it together on the Godzilla store show. This
I
is
gotta
Yuji
check
Sakai signing it to,
That's
out
cool.
to me, which is so great. Jeremy and Matsubara-san captured this video for me. So I'm
That's
waiting for this
awesome.
box in the mail. So I'm
Oh
excited.
my
when it
gosh,
arrives.
That's
John,
exciting.
you're so
Yeah,
so-
cool.
yeah.
Okay, that's full
Congrats,
circle
man.
for you, John. That's great.
Yeah,
that-
my goodness.
thanks, many thanks to Yuji Master Sakai and G-san, Matsubara-san, Jeremy, and X Plus. All that they do. That kit can be found for $120 on the Godzilla store.
Oh, not
You can
bad.
purchase it through Buyee. That's how I got mine, and they started shipping them right away, which was.
Are you gonna build it up? Are you gonna build it up?
I'm not that good. I'm just not. I'm not.
Well,
Myself
Dave's
can.
not far
It's a
away from
vinyl
you
kit,
now.
John. That's a vinyl kit. I could do that one for you because it's your box art, man.
I will.
And you
send
got
it.
you got
I
a
will
captive
send it to you.
David on the East Coast for a couple months.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you gotta give Dave something to do.
You're 100% correct.
That is true.
For a little fee for my.
Oh no, John, man. As long as you change that number of ranking of your movies, I'll do it.
I'll work on that.
I mean, that's my
So
fee.
it's blackmail,
That's
is
my
it?
fee.
Yes, it is. It'll go from a 13 to a 31. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That was
God, man, you're digging yourself a
Leslie.
hole, man.
That's
Look
what
at Leslie's going to lose his mind right about now. Look at that.
Cut my mic. I'm telling you, cut my mic right now.
All right,
Now-
let's move along to your next item.
Here's this amazing destroyer.
Oh,
Now,
cool.
I wasn't a big fan of that big, gigantic destroyer that came out. I just didn't like the pose, but I love this.
Yeah, this is
And
great.
you can get it on the Godzilla store for about 500. It's going to be about 450. Yeah, it's expensive.
How big is
$500.
this?
It's 35 centimeters wide.
Dang.
50
I was
yeah,
wondering,
yeah.
like, why it's so
It's
big?
How much is
massive.
that, John?
What was that,
It's
dude?
not like in
How much is it?
scale.
It's
like 450 bucks.
49,500 yen. So about
Okay.
five.
Wow.
About maybe about 475. But by the time you put shipping on that bad boy, it's
Yeah.
500. and
Big
something.
box, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's made
Is
of
it
resin
vinyl
too.
or is it the RMC? Yeah, I think it's RMC.
Yeah, it's made of resin. So that's why
Oh,
it's so
yeah.
expensive.
Resin.
Oh, that's
I was
why.
gonna say, that's
Oh,
pretty-
like the other. Oh, it's okay. Yeah. Well, this is going to be heavy and more expensive to ship, but it's beautiful.
Hope it's packed
Absolutely
right.
stunner, though.
I hope it's
Hope it's
packed
packed
right.
right.
Thinking that same thing. I hope
Well,
it's
I hope
packed
they
right.
do it in vinyl. I hope they do a
Yeah.
vinyl version. I'll wait for that. I can't deal with the resin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
Don't be a hater. The
Oh,
resin.
Helmy says it feels smaller in person. Interesting.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Tell me it'll look awesome in your theater with a plexiglass
Yeah, it would.
over top of it. I'm just saying. All right.
We need a trip. We need like a group trip
But this
to
is,
Helmy Theater.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this is definitely available. By the way, if people are interested, it's on the US RIC website. I think right now.
That's great.
Oh, okay. Oh, it is up there.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't see. Okay.
Wonderful.
I'm pretty
Wonderful.
sure,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
That was fast.
Yeah, I would do a
Wow.
payment
It's up there
plan.
right
I was hoping
now.
someone would
Destroy a aggregate form for 45,000 yen.
Only needs a junior. Only needs a junior. That's it.
Oh, we need a junior. We need a junior and a Godzillasaurus, and the world will be fine.
Oh man,
I really want a Godzillasaurus.
I did too.
Earlier in the broadcast, Gonzo was saying that the yen is down again. So that price tag right now, 45,000 yen, is $310.55.
No.
What?
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
I might
Thank you.
have to do that. Oh, wow.
Shoot. Well,
Good,
Just
good look
saying.
now. Wow, that's dirt cheap.
now's the time to buy. Shoot.
Yeah.
We talked about it before. The yen's kind of on the down right now, so this is
Take
a great
advantage.
time for anybody to take advantage of those high ticket prices in Japan, but using the US dollar, of course.
Yeah. Yes.
Wonderful.
All right.
Wonderful.
All right,
So,
I have
with
a
that
couple
news, let's
more.
move along to your
Yep.
next item.
And
Yes!
this one, been waiting for a long time. Favorite sculptors line, we know it's the Monster Maker 28 Godzilla 1974.
Oh Jesus.
Yes, Leslie, we can agree on this.
Oh God. Yeah,
Thank
we can
you,
agree on this
D-Style,
one.
for delivering. Yes, I can't wait to get this in hand, and hopefully the 75 will come maybe next year or for the anniversary the following year. Or something.
They
Ooh.
finally
But
got
I
it right.
already pre-ordered the light up.
Finally got it right.
Yes, it's hard to do 74. I know the sculpts are tough, but this is perfect. This is, and
It's
the
perfect.
eyes look good, look better than
It
I've
looks
seen.
great.
Yes, I think it looks great.
I mean, Monster Maker 28, you can't go wrong with Monster
Can't
Maker
go wrong.
28, right?
Can't go wrong. Absolutely.
There's an 89 that didn't look too good. I'm sorry. There's an 89
the
today.
89?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah. The upper
Okay.
torso. He made one of the upper torso, not the full figure of the animatronic, and
Oh,
it's not bad, but it's not one of his best.
okay. It's challenging.
Good
Can't
to
always
know.
get them
Good
right.
to know.
That
This
should be their
is-
slogan, Kyle.
It retails what, 22?
28.
Yes.
Can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
Come out in October
one-
too.
Oh, that soon? Wait, this October?
Yep.
Wow,
Like,
that's quick.
We had it
months from now,
painted at the
coming
show.
out
So,
Yep.
Damn.
yeah.
Nice.
I'm excited
All right.
about the light up.
It's a good
Yeah,
look. I mean,
okay.
even without the
Yeah.
light up, it's a great, fantastic sculpt. And even though I'm not buying this stuff right now, back when I was collecting the X Plus lines, I was constantly like looking for that updated, better looking Godzilla 74, 75.
Yeah.
I know they're not the same, but it just was like release after release of like, that's not right. That's not right. Like the 30 centimeter one they did where he's got the cradling the Mechagodzilla head in his
Yeah.
hand. Like
Oh, yeah.
his hands look teeny tiny, and I was like, why do they look so
Yeah.
small? Anyway,
Oh,
it's
you
a
want those
great
people?
The
sculpt.
head is great, but it's a challenging figure to shoot and make look.
You one of the ones that don't like the hands being so small.
On that one, yeah. I didn't understand why they looked so small.
In relationship to the arm and everything else, it's a little small and a little too.
At least
tough
they
to
didn't have
get that
Gorgo
right.
hands. At least they didn't have Gorgo hands. I mean, come
It
on.
was
True.
Yeah, it's true.
But John has one more thing he gets to talk about.
Yes, this incredible. This is by Jupiter Kumi on Twitter at Jupiter Kumi. He does these incredible
These are great.
sculpts of unique figures, and he did these awesome. This Happy Hedora, I believe it is. Yeah, the Go Kikan Hedora from the animation and Godzilla versus Hedora.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Fifth Planetary Factory. I think that's maybe the name they go by. And so this was 5,000 yen. Cool.
Oh,
little-
That's worth
So
it.
good.
That's worth every penny.
Yeah.
Drink the beer and the fan. That's
Yes. It's got
No.
the ship
Were
and the
these
whale.
kits or were they pre-done? Do you know?
I think they're kits. And so
Yeah.
yeah.
I think they're
yeah.
kids too.
but
I think
still, really
yeah.
cool.
Absolutely,
Super cool
for the
idea.
price, $50.
Yeah.
About 5,000 yen.
That's not bad.
He did a cool guy
I'm guessing
again.
about this big.
Yeah.
Oh, homie says that one broke his heart.
I
Oh,
know.
because it was
Oh.
sold out.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Wow. I think, if I recall from Roland today, he mentioned he still has some for sale. So
Oh, really? On Twitter?
Yeah. Yes, because on Twitter he'll show his progress. He did the Cybot Godzilla. He's done some really cool. There's the Godzilla 65 squatting and sitting. Really cool stuff. And I think that's it. Carl, I think that's it.
Man. That's John's shares for sure.
Good picks.
I'm next. All right, I'm going to blaze through this because we are almost at a 2-hour show. Oh my God. As is. So, welcome to Wonderfestival Spiral Studios. So, I went backwards. So Spiral had a huge table at Wonderfestival.
Sure did.
And not only did they have all of the cool stuff on the right-hand side of that photo showcased, which you can't really see it very well, but there's the starting with actually even further in, like around the center, there's like the Monsterverse stuff with the Mothra larva and the behemoth. Then you've got that gigantic statue that Leslie got last year.
This year.
Insane. This year. Yeah. Followed by the shins that Leslie talked about. Then next to that, there's a 98 Godzilla. Next to that, there's an 84 Godzilla. Next to that, there's even more. So I'm not going to go into all that stuff. I'm actually going to focus on the Sofubi side of things. So the soft vinyl toys that they had on display, they had the 2019 that was produced by them, but sculpted by Masami Yamada. And then I think the colors were painted by Kaz as well. So that 2019 is gorgeous. I have the glow behind me, but I'm not going to reach up and get it right now. In addition to that, they had all that Shin Godzilla up there. Actually, before I get to the Shin Godzilla, I will say these are TIGs right here. And for them to have the TIGs on display and showing that they are coming through Spiral Toy or Spiral Studio or whatever it's going to be, that to me was a huge deal because, as you know, we gave away some TIGs at G-Fest. They went over like crazy. People were asking like how could they get them, and we just have to say keep looking at Instagram. But yes, so having Spiral showcasing the TIG stuff I thought was dope. And here is that. This is actually, both of these I think are not Japanese sculpted. Like, so the Godzilla 65 is sculpted by Slugbat, and I'm guessing Vlad Konstantinov sculpted this Shin Godzilla. But anyway, these are coming out eventually. Looking forward to that. But I'll move along from the Sofubi Spiral side and say I love this. This is a Sukajin wearing Jamila with a pool cue. And when I went to go look at who produced it, I was like, okay, so this is the name of the company. I went to go see what that said, and that says Sosei Kobo 3 On, which translated to Resuscitation Workshop 3 On, which I was like, that doesn't seem right. So I started erasing some of the other words. And I think it means Revival Workshop, but not that that matters at all, because this cute guy was a kit at Wonderfestival, only 6,000 yen. Wow. Only 6,000 yen, but what an adorable little jacket. You know, the Sukajin, that's a souvenir style jacket. They became very popular after World War II. And the fact that they have him with this cute little, like he's playing pool with other kaiju, straight after having a meal at Kaiju Sakubo. Anyway, that was the other one I loved. I thought it was super cute. And then last but not least, I think, is not something that was a Wonderfestival summertime exclusive, but back in February when I was there, this was for sale. Sagata Kick is the name of the company, or the guy doing it, and he produced this incredible 3D sculpt oriented or original Gango, which looks phenomenal. And Bill's Carnage, who is watching live right now, has this kit in hand, and I don't think he's built it up yet, but I know I'm looking forward to it. I highlighted this because I think this is awesome. I think it belongs in the Kaiju Remix series from Acro.
100%.
But at this moment, this is just a standalone kit.
That is cool. So detailed.
And it's gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. Now, the reason I actually wanted to bring this up, this was one of many, many items at Wonder Festival that I thought was just totally badass. But I saw this artwork on Twitter earlier today, and I was like, this is why I have to share it. The artwork came from a Twitter account, not from Japan, but Guillermo del Toro, the director of Pacific Rim and many other films. He's a huge monster fan, and he's going to be building this kit tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I think that's West Coast time. So I'm going to be tuning in. Alarm set. I want to see Del Toro build this up. Or I think he's already built it. Now it's just painting. I think it's awesome. Anyway, that's my Wonder Festival coverage. And then I'm also going to highlight the only thing that I thought was like absolutely mind-blowing from Super 7. They sort of showed this off before, and I think when I heard about it, I was like, oh, that's a cool idea, because I've got a Mechagodzilla right here, with Sofubi style. But dude, this thing looks incredible. And as it was foretold in the early prophecies, it was on its way. So
prophecy.
I think it looks amazing. Like they did
absolutely.
a bang up job.
I got my pre-order in already. Oh, I'm all over.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. $125 at on Super 7. And one of the complaints that I've heard / I even had of Super 7 is that when they're announcing these things, if you're not used to the Super 7 stuff, sometimes that means you're pre-ordering something that's not going to come out for a year. Hashtag Biolante. And I actually ended up canceling a pre-order from them because I ordered their 7-inch Shogun Warriors Godzilla glow in the dark that's supposed to come out next month.
And that's
like,
what I
don't think that's going to actually come out before I make it to Japan. So I was like, I think I should cancel my order, but I want it eventually. This thing looks phenomenal though. Absolutely great.
Yeah,
I love the mechanical versions of this is a great like sort of sub-series we're seeing, sub-genre of Sofubi we're seeing. I think Simon Lee, who's one of our Collecto monster collectors, he posts fantastic images from his Instagram and stuff like that, and he's got a whole bunch of things I think he's either made or like customized and make them look like Sofubi versions of X-ray characters. So good. Anyway, that is going to be our coverage for this month. That's our news segment for this episode. Big news, you guys. But that's why we wanted to do this, because there's just so much stuff happening. And I tell you, we could have just done an entire episode only about Wonder Festival and talked about even more stuff. We will, I don't know how long our actual G-Fest chat's going to be, but I really could use an intermission. So let's play the 2-minute-ish intermission. And when we come back, we'll talk about our time at G-Fest.
リモコンゴジラ出現。歩く、泣く、光る。メーサー戦車がコントローラー。バンダイリモコン電動怪獣王ゴジラ。
Attention everyone, this is an emergency broadcast. The city of Portland is in danger of a kaiju attack. Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, King Ghidorah, and Hedorah have all been spotted in the region and are converging on the Hollywood Theater for the return of Godzillathon. That's right, the historic Hollywood Theater is screening 4 classic Godzilla films all weekend starting September 16th at 3 p.m. with Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, followed by Mothra vs. Godzilla at 7 p.m. On Sunday the 17th, take a trip to outer space and withstand Monster Zero in the invasion of Astro Monster at 3 p.m. And don't miss the Sunday send-off at 7 p.m. with the Smog Monster in Godzilla vs. Hedorah. Monster Maniacs rejoice, there's more in store than just the movies. Don't miss these screenings of the original Japanese kaiju classics. It all happens September 16th and 17th at the historic Hollywood Theater.
ズバリ賞。流星バッジがもらえるんだ。フラッシュビーム型ボールペンもあるよ。シスコウルトラマンチョコレート新発売。
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking around. 46, yeah, nice work. Got to get that incandescence. 46 people still hanging out, watching us live. Thank you for hanging out and being here. I hope you enjoyed the Wonderfestival / San Diego Comic-Con coverage, because now, my friends, it's time for all sense of structure to go out the window, because we're going to talk about G-Fest. So I didn't have a time to prepare a whole bunch of like cool photos and stuff, but I have stuff from my co-hosts here. I think overall, I would say that G-Fest was a wonderful experience, and of course, John Ruffin was missed. We definitely wish that you had been able to be there, John.
I know.
You know, I'm not going to harp on it at all, because we just missed you. We would love to have you there. I had a phenomenal time seeing everybody. We sort of talked about this earlier before the broadcast, and even when we were doing the chat room check-in a little bit, like being able to put screen names, usernames to faces, people you've been talking to for years, if you haven't seen them before, meeting them in person for the first time is just fantastic. And like we had one hell of a weekend, right? Like
we did.
It was just what I needed G-Fest to be. I didn't need to be like insane programming. I didn't need to have crazy guests there. I didn't need to have an incredible dealer room experience, but it all did happen anyway. But yes, the whole experience was all about being able to see my friends again and hang out. And I feel like I was so happy that I was able to spend so much time chilling this weekend, this G-Fest weekend, because, you know, not to sound too hoity-toity, but a lot of years of this show have been me running around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to hit all the things that I've overextend myself and promise people I do. Not that I complain about that, because, wow, such great memories. This was probably my 7th G-Fest. I'd have to go check. I'd have to count them up when I'm not talking. But I know that this was like whenever I saw people, they were like super happy to see us, right? They were like very happy that we were finally back together. I'm just going to keep saying this over and over, John. Sorry, I'm not talking like you weren't there. You get to, unfortunately, miss these experiences. But again, yeah, we would have loved to have you there. David, this was probably like your 5th or 6th G-Fest, right?
I think it was my 6th. I've been to every single one since 2014, excluding last year, which I didn't go to. But yeah, I think it was number 6, and just like you said, Kyle. I mean, and I alluded to before, seeing all of you guys, John. I'm going to say it again. You were totally missed, and people did ask about you. The group wasn't really complete without you there, but you were there in spirit, and we did. You know, your name was evoked many times, especially during the panel that we did. So we even had images of you on the screen, so that was great. So you were there with us in spirit. It was so incredible to see my old friends that I had met in 2014 and even before. I hadn't seen Kyle in like 3 years, so it was, you know, he and I was stuck to him like glue the whole time, which was great. I know I'm not going to see too much of him, you know, in the coming, you know, months or so until he's all settled in Japan. But it was great to see Leslie. It was great to see Christine. It was great to meet Joe for the first time, you know.
Hey, David, can I interrupt you just for a split second, just to say, do you want me to just like throw up these images?
Oh yeah, throw them up there.
And like, yeah, you can just chat, right?
Yeah,
cool.
Just throw them up there.
Thank you.
It was great. It was great to meet Joe. He's a great guy. Perfect. You guys are awesome together. And thank you, Joe, for everything that you did for the show too. And Leslie, of course, Sandra was a joy. You know, I love Sandra. Yeah, so here's some
I
images.
loved seeing Joe work with Christine, by the way.
Yeah,
like, I came back home and I was like telling my wife, I was like, oh my God, they have this whole social media thing down. Like they are a team.
You know, they've been doing that kind of thing for their travels and their motorcycle stuff. So to see them do it as, you know, with the collectible world. Well, and anyway, here's some pictures. That's the Walmart crew. It was great to see Ron and James, Diane, Ryan Wilhelm, one of our representatives, one of our correspondents and admins. You know, Nev, it was a pleasure to see Nev. He's been going through some stuff, and it's glad to see the things on the right track. Helmy, of course, you know, Helmy shows up everywhere. Helmy is in Japan, he's in Thailand, he's in Chicago. Helmy is like everywhere, but we love that Helmy is everywhere too. That's a great thing.
Awesome.
There's Robert Dwyer.
Robert.
Yeah, it was great. And as the pictures come, I'm just going to keep saying, you know, meeting the crew with Chiso. I mean, Chiso was my first G-Fest friend that I ever met. My head's kind of spinning now. He was the first person who talked to me at G-Fest in 2014. So to see him there this year, especially, was like a reunion of sorts, and it was great to see him. And you know, meeting the Monsters with Attitude crew, that was so much fun. There was so much good vibes. This G-Fest had so many good vibes that our heads were spinning.
Oh yeah.
There's JK. Oh, and there's the Shobijin we saw in the lobby. Okay, meeting Marcellus was just, and having Leslie on one side and Marcellus on the other. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. You know?
Like Angel on one side, Devil on the other side.
Well, yeah. And, you know, Linda Miller was so great and so gracious to collect all monsters. She came to our panel unsolicited.
Wow.
And she actually came to the giveaway table in the dealer's room unsolicited to give us a hug to say she was leaving. Thank you, Linda. You made it legit. And there's Joe, you know, and there is our grand prize winner. That was a great panel.
Yeah.
We had Gabe. Yeah, we had so much fun at the panel. I don't know, man.
That was a ton of fun. I had so much fun. Oh, that was my best live.
Never know who you're going to meet. Ever. You're out on the patio and you meet a Keelock with a mustache. So, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, wait, stop. This one is probably my favorite photo from G-Fest. We were having breakfast with Leslie and his crew, and Linda Miller was sitting over there, and he goes, "Is that Linda Miller?" I said, "Let's go take a picture right now." and Leslie said something to the effect of, "I'm not getting." You just tell everybody what you said. What did you say to Linda Miller? Your first words?
I think I said because I was starstruck, like legit. I think I said like seriously. 'Cause I know a lot of people probably tell her that King Kong Escapes is her favorite film. But I was like, no, I'm so serious. King Kong Escapes is my favorite King Kong film. And she was enamored by that. And I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't want to infringe upon you while you eat breakfast, because you know you don't want to do that, quite frankly.
No.
But she was gracious enough to take a picture. You know, David hooked that up, so that was really cool.
That was really my favorite shot of the show. But that's the kind of thing that this G-Fest had in store for all of us. We had people we hadn't seen, people that we had never met before and feel like we're family. Like I said, it wasn't long enough. And like Kyle said too, oh, there we are. We're selling our chemicals. Yeah, that's so cute. It's so damn cute. And and there's the vest Kyle was talking about. Look at those people. Look at all those ticket holders.
Oh, it's in the raffle.
I've got a picture of Kyle with the bullhorn announcing the winner. And you guys know the winner wasn't present. They had to do it a second. We had to do it a second.
Oh no!
Which was crazy.
I legit thought, because we had so for people who are watching that weren't there, what we did is we had actual raffle tickets, as you can see in my hand there, and we originally handed them out for the panel, which was Saturday. And so everybody at the panel, every single person at that panel should have gotten a ticket. When they didn't win, if they weren't Gabe, I told them to keep their tickets and come back to the table the following day for the giveaway of the Desogoji from Tig. And the whole night I was like, we're gonna have to draw 6 or 7 times before somebody gets, because we had so many people at the panel. But The first person wasn't there. That was a Monsters with Attitude adjacent person.
That's
and
right.
There was this whole kerfuffle, like he's running here right now, and we gave them all the time in the world to try and make it. And then the second person, when we pulled that second ticket, was literally standing right in front of us. It was amazing.
It was so great. Kyle's like, going once, going twice. And he tried to make it so the other guy could get in there in time. And then we actually took a consolation picture with the poor guy who didn't make it in time. But he's a happy mood. And Gabe, I'm not sure about the other dude, but Gabe said to me, he said, I've been coming to G-Fest since I was a little kid with my parents. Now I'm coming by myself, and it means the world to me. And he was so stoked to have it. So I'm so happy that he got it. And the other guy seems like a really nice guy. Jonathan talked to him a little bit longer. But it was excited. It was just great. I know the show's going on, and I can go on and on. So I'm just going to end it there saying I'm so glad that I went, and I'm so glad that I was able to spend it with you guys, and it was just like one big giant family, and I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
All right, let's zip through some pics.
Yep.
And actually, just Leslie, talk about your time at G-Fest, because I think we don't have pictures from you, and I could just continue cycling through David's photos while you talk.
Yeah, I was the one that kind of like came in late and left early, because I work a lot. So I didn't get there. I didn't get there till Friday, late Friday afternoon, and I pulled out early Sunday morning. But by the time I got there, G-Fest is G-Fest. It was a wonderful time. Like that right there is probably my favorite.
That's the one
right there, because all weekend long, the terrorist group known as Monster with Attitude kept on bullying us, talking crap to us, while we're going around handing out Bibles and giving people some inspirational quotes and trying to be the good Christians that we are. Those heathens, Michael, Eric, and Adrian, because and Thomas, right? They just kept on harassing us. We could be sitting down in the Starbucks just talking about how God loves the world and how God loves us, and they will come up with their switchblades and their pitchforks and try to goat us into a fight. And what you see right here, that is just us finally we had enough of that, and we just wanted to stand up for ourselves, and because right is right, and we had to fight the good fight. And spoiler alert, we did whip their asses, like all of them. Like we whipped their living. But seriously, I had a fun time. Of course, Sandra, we've been there. This makes our 7th G-Fest, and we brought along our granddaughter Allie. This was her first time going to Chicago and going to G-Fest. And so just to see her reaction to, I warned her before she came to the event. I was like, look, as Godzilla fans, we're kind of different. So you're
yeah, we are.
You may come across some people that's kind of like, just like some people that live in an alternate reality. She was like, okay, fine, whatever. So she came and she interacted with people, and we had a fun time.
She was awesome.
Yeah. So
she was a
between
sweetheart.
that and seeing Marcellus get so many, just the way they honored Marcellus with his work, and Greg Betters too. Like they basically owned the modelers room with all their epic works.
Wow.
So it's nice to see them coming out and showcasing their work again. Contract with them because they're awesome. And one last thing I want to talk about before I kick it over to Christine, I did do something a little mischievous. I don't know if you got a picture of it, but it's online right now. When I got to the hotel, I went down to the modelers room. I was talking with Marcellus and Michael Hamilton and the rest of the boys, and I said, I'm gonna do something epic. But what should I do that is so epic? Now, David kind of did something that I was like, when I saw it, I was like, oh God, he kind of beat me to it. David is standing in front of the Omega Beast gigantic statue.
There's a picture of it somewhere.
Yeah, of the legendary Godzilla.
I got that.
And David is in front of it, shaking his head like, no. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna top that. So after I finished dealing with Marcellus. Me and Michael Hamilton went down to the statue, and we took a picture kicking it in the nuts.
I didn't even see that picture.
I don't have that one, but this is the David photo.
Oh, someone's giving it the finger. Who's that?
Whose hand is that?
Wait, I don't even know whose hand that is. I love them though.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but
that's hilarious.
That was fun. So
Thanks,
again,
Eric.
the whole weekend was amazing. One last thing, Helmy, you almost brought the whole crowd down. You almost brought the whole crowd down with that. It was sweet. It was epic.
Yeah.
Helmy came at our panel. You know, we asked a couple people to come aboard and talk about their experience for G Fest, and Helmy was the first one to come up. He was just saying like it's his first time there. He enjoyed it, and he got choked up and almost started crying and saying, you know that this is so special, and to see that happen right there. I'm over there in the corner. I'm like, dude, you better not bring the waterworks, because we all gonna be crying up in here. You better not. But it was fun.
It was great, and so much like Kyle said. I usually spend a lot of time taking photos of G-Fest and not really being present in the moment. I was able to do both. I got a lot more photos than I thought I did.
Awesome.
You know. And but I was still very present with everybody. I wasn't like lagging behind and taking photos. So I think I was able to finally find that perfect balance of like being present and getting the images that I want to share with everybody of our experiences and to remember. So anyway, Christine, what do you think? I know we spent a lot of time together at G-Fest.
Yes, we did. Oh my gosh. So that was my 6th G-Fest as well this year. And it felt so great after 3 years of not seeing anybody. Like, I can't even describe, like, when you try to tell people about it, like, the amazing feeling. It's just, like, all weekend long, even though, like, you're busy all day, you're, like, exhausted at the end of the day. It's just the best feeling and the best weekend to be with everyone. Like, we only get to see each other, most of us, the majority of us, once a year. So it's just, like, one just big, giant party and fun. And it was so great to bring Joe.
That's great.
I was a little worried because you're not sure, like, bringing someone in who's really has nothing to do too much with the fandom back then. He was seeing the movies, but he wasn't into it. So I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be like a huge wave of just everything poured on top of him. But oh my gosh, he absolutely loved it. He loved everyone.
You know,
he loved it. So funny. I told him nobody even cared that I was there. They're all like, Joe, oh my God, Joe. Nobody cares about
This
me.
is true. It's true.
And he's like, yeah, no, everybody else like, oh, is Joe coming next year? Is Joe coming next? I'm like, okay, I might as well not even bother coming next year.
Yep.
Wait. Hold the phone, you guys. Does anybody do you have that photo of us reenacting the poster?
Oh,
wow. Awesome.
Yeah. Keep talking, I'll find it.
So Joe stood there, and Leslie, Kyle, Christina, and I reenacted our parts in the poster. I almost peed my pants. I was laughing so hard.
That was so fun. I'm so glad. Like, he just loved, because every day we were going, like, we gotta go here. Oh man, he had the time of his life. He bought his first figure, which was the storyboard by Alex.
Good choice. Good choice. It's a great choice.
And he's like, I want to have
that's
that.
so cool.
So proud of him.
So, John, this is a clear case of where you were literally missed.
Yeah, look,
big time.
Yeah,
you guys gotta love that.
That's awesome.
we reenacted our parts on there. Isn't that funny? Look at Leslie. Oh my God.
It was so good, though. It was it was like a perfect serendipitous moment. Like,
it was.
Chef's kiss. Seriously.
Yeah.
They called the cops on us. They called the cops on us too.
They probably should have.
Like, security.
There's like so many good memories. Like, there's the model room. And then the new hotel, because this is my first time at the new hotel. Oh my gosh.
I told y'all. I told you about the new hotel.
Absolutely perfect. And
the air conditioning worked. The air conditioning worked.
It did. And then the amount of costumes there was this year. I'm like, I have never seen like like some of these lines. My nephew Leland, this was his first G-Fest
Oh.
too.
Oh.
Oh my god,
He was
he's
funny.
been-
Those kids bonded with me, man. I love those kids.
I know they did. They loved you, David.
Oh my
This-
God, look at
man.
her.
This
She's
is
just
Rosalind's third G-Fest. So she was all excited to like show Leland the ropes, and they just had a total blast there too. Like it was so
We
cute.
played
'cause Leland's been
tic-tac-toe for a
talking.
long
Yeah,
time.
he did.
tic-tac-toe, not tic-tac-toe. Sorry, the other one.
No, yeah, tic-tac-toe. But no, I mean, I can't wait. Like, I can't wait to go next year. And just, I feel like when we're there, it goes by so fast. It's just the time is. And I feel like I never have enough time with everybody because like I'm going to like cram everything in that I can with everyone.
But you know what's good,
And-
Christine? We all made a point to spend time with each other this year.
Yes,
I
we
spent
did.
a lot
I
of
really
time with you
appreciate
guys.
that.
And
Yeah.
Leslie left a little early for my taste, but hey, what are you going to do? But Kyle, you,
It's okay, but same.
Jonathan, Nick, Kyle, we
Yeah,
all spent a lot of time together, and that was the goal going in, that we were going to do that, and we did. And we
Yeah,
really
and
did.
I took it a little bit easier this year. I didn't want to work too much. I didn't want to get overloaded with panels. I just want I want to be like a regular con goer again, you know. And it's,
It's
I mean
nice.
it's exciting every year,
It's
but
nice.
oh gosh,
It's nice to
and
do
then
that. Yeah.
our panel was great. I loved like the reactions of the winners and just everyone that came to our panel. Like, thank you so much. I was so surprised at how full the room was for us. Yeah, so thank all of you so much for coming and supporting us. It was a great time. Can't wait till next year. John, we hope you'll be with us next year because you're definitely very missed.
I
Yeah.
look forward to it.
I'm going to come drag you there next year. You're coming.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
You're coming.
I'm excited about the new venue. And, I had a question for you all. Would G-Fest? This is the one, like you said, it goes by so fast. It seems like as soon as you touch down on I would usually come on a Friday, and I'm already packing up Saturday night to get a 6 a.m. flight back to Philly. Would G-Fest be better if they added another day, or is that too much?
You just gotta come in earlier, I think.
If you come
So actually,
earlier,
I think they could add another day because technically speaking, G-Fest, like if you think about the way they do the hotel, right? So I did the hotel, and it was Wednesday night through Sunday night, right?
Exactly.
So Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
I know that they probably feel that adding Thursday to the programming would not get a lot of traction because technically speaking, I've been to conventions where they add Thursday or they add, an earlier day. And because a lot of people work, it is a lighter day. If they opened G-Fest on a Thursday and they had the dealer room open on Thursday,
yeah,
you'd have you'd have less people to compete with. But yeah, I actually would not be opposed to them having another day of G-Fest because, like I said, since you're already sort of like they're influencing the booking of the hotel for an extra day. Right. If people are already booking that hotel for that Thursday, why not just have it Thursday?
Yeah.
They already do light programming outside of the convention, right? So there's already the movies that they do. So I think they could easily do something cool. I agree with you. I think it should be an extra day, especially since this is an annual thing for so many people. I agree. Robert Dwyer,
a week long.
Is that Robert Dwyer saying that? Yeah, all week long. That would be a hell of a time.
Well, John,
I feel like I stayed there for a week anyway.
If you could get away,
Leslie's sitting there going like, I don't know, that's a lot of money.
No, I don't know about that one. No,
a week is a long time.
No, my tolerance. No, by Thursday I'll be ready to catch a case for some of those people. I'm just being honest. I'm just being so honest right now.
I hear you.
So John, if you can come on a Thursday morning, okay, instead of coming on Friday, you'll have that whole day to sort of buffer and just socialize with people before the madness begins, and that's what we really like to.
And see, I get tired by a certain hour, and I got to check out by 6:30. I'm just out.
Yeah.
So it's like
it
seems so
I
much shorter for me.
I'm an early. I go to bed shockingly early sometimes.
Me too.
And I wake up, as everybody knows, very early, but.
Before
honestly,
Jesus.
at G-Fest, it was so easy for me to stay up late because it was just like it was like conversation the whole time. I actually you guys know at the end of the show my voice was out,
Mine too.
And
Oh.
like,
Oh, wow.
Lady Kyle was like, "Oh, well, maybe that's because you got sick or whatever." I'm like,
Nope.
I talked nonstop for
Yeah.
4 days
It'll
straight.
go.
Like,
It'll go.
like, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I just lost my voice because, oh my god, I literally nobody told me to shut up for 4 days in a row. So.
During the panel,
What you talk about?
Kyle and I could barely get words out because our voices were gone. Christine had
Oh,
the
man.
loudest voice. I mean, actually, not the panel. It was the next day when we did
The
the
table,
giveaway.
yeah.
Kyle had
The
a
table,
bullhorn
yeah.
and we couldn't get anything out. You know, it was
That's
like
crazy.
Thankfully, I
That's
found the
really
volume
cool.
lever on that.
4, 7, 5.
Yeah.
It was. I'm not joking, and that's the way it was. But anyway,
All right. Well, I think essentially I sort of said my G-Fest piece. It was fantastic. We shot a ton of video there, so we have content for supplemental materials. We're going to probably be getting together about that at some point. I need to send a link to our Collect All Monsters Monster Collectors real quick, but hopefully I will be able to be at the G-Fest next year. That would be really awesome. I would absolutely love to attend, but I think, as I mentioned to many people over the G-Fest weekend, I cannot guarantee that next year I will be at G-Fest because,
Damn it.
oh man.
Damn it.
Yeah, well, I just saying I can't guarantee it because at this particular moment, I don't know. Like, I don't know for sure that I'm going to have that kind of flexibility.
Just take an Uber. Just take an Uber.
but-
Come on, man.
Yeah, I know. An Uber over from Japan is really cheap.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is that I'm trying to put things in motion with my work that actually make the time I'm in Chicago work related as well. So we'll see how that goes in the future.
And Chicago's a
But-
major hub for Japan. You know,
Yeah,
for-
well, Chicago's where my
Yeah.
corporate headquarters is actually.
Oh,
so.
awesome. Excellent.
Yeah, so it is very possible, much in the same way that I was able to finagle work sending me to Japan for an annual trip. I feel like I would be able to do sort of the reverse plan and then just time it around G-Fest. But
Is your job on the south side? Is your job on the south side of Chicago?
No. It's in downtown.
I actually have to dip out now. I have to go catch a
Oh, your
flight to
flight.
New York. I'm like, so
Yes.
unfortunately,
welcome to the East Coast.
jump out early.
Yes.
I wish I could come see you
Selfless.
guys, but I'll be home for a show. But yeah, I gotta head out. I gotta go catch my flight.
Yeah, don't miss your
Safe
flight.
travels.
Have a great
Safe
trip.
Well, thanks
Bye,
for being part of
guys.
episode
Thank you,
43,
Christine.
Christine.
Yes, I made it. Sorry, I
You
couldn't
did
make all the way
it!
to the end.
You did it!
I'll be seeing you guys next month.
See you back in California.
Great.
All right. Oh,
Take
can't wait,
care.
Dave.
Have a
We're
good
coming to
one.
visit.
You
Bye,
please.
guys.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye, Christine.
Get out, please.
Terrible.
I don't
right.
care.
It is hot in New Jersey.
So
Oh,
rough.
it's hot.
All right,
Yeah,
so let's see. I just sent out the link to Nick and Ryan, and I have photos from them. I didn't get a chance to do anything fancy to those, Jonathan, since you're still backstage watching. But we do have our collector moment coming up. So I'm actually going to bring Jonathan on screen right now. Blam.
Man,
Hey, buddy,
Oh.
how's it going?
Jonathan.
Oh, hi guys.
Hi, Chuck.
Hey,
How is it going?
It's going great.
It's hot.
I'm going
Number
to bring
13.
Ryan on in just a second, but his camera, there it is.
Unexpected.
Ryan Wilhelm.
Ryan.
Mr. Wilhelm.
Hey,
So
Ryan.
great to meet you in person this year. Yay.
Yeah, man.
You can't hear us.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear us? Can we hear Ryan?
Love the glasses. Love the color.
Oh my gosh.
Hello?
Yeah, photo
There
I
you
saw.
are.
Hey, there he is.
Hey,
There he is.
how goes it?
It
Nice
goes
to see your
good.
happy face again, buddy.
Damn, I'm glad you got to New Jersey okay.
Thank you. Yes, me too.
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't so
Right
damn
on.
hot, but
It's like 107 outside. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's pretty chill over here. I'm not
New
gonna lie.
normal.
It's
Yeah.
not bad.
my mom has AC, but it's loud, so I had to turn it off so you guys can hear me. That's the only
boy.
reason.
That's how it is on these coasts.
Isn't it
Wow.
actually so that you could hear us, David? I think we didn't have any issues hearing you.
Oh well, it's hot. Freaking
Yeah.
hot.
It's hot everywhere, you guys.
Hopefully
It's hot
September
everywhere.
won't be hot.
Things are melting.
They are.
We are going to move
Including
into our
Hawaii.
next segment, which is called the collector moment. Okay, so before we dive straight into that collector moment, don't forget we are currently giving away a enamel pin from Mini Mochi Inc. That is Danielle Ryan, and I am going to the StreamYard giveaway tool right now, and we have a hashtag that I should have set up, but I did not set up ahead of time. So let me go in here and just go quick edit to this one right here, and the hashtag that we're going to actually get everybody to put into the comments, let's just do it in all caps anyway. If you would like to win this enamel pin, which, let me just blow myself up, give it the full hetera look there. So look at that beautiful, smoggy, slimy man.
Beautiful.
Ready to adorn your battle vests or what have you. We are going to be giving this away to the first, not the first person, but the winner that is chosen randomly. But you got to put in sludge me, hashtag sludge me. Do it in all caps. Just do it. And,
Seriously?
We're going to, yeah, seriously, you do it.
Sludge me.
Sludge me.
Sludge me.
Sludge me. Like this. And like that. These guys are doing great.
They
Okay,
got
so we're going to take those comments as these guys take over for me, and I actually turn it over straight to Jonathan Portman here. Say, yo, dude, hit us up with the collector moments and give me a lot of leeway because...
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Collector's Moment. It's been a while since we've done this. We did it actually at G-Fest live at the panel, and that's when, Leslie was talking about, instead of having, obviously, showing the posts that we normally show because, we didn't really have that available. We wanted to do more of a live thing with everyone, and so we brought up Helmy, which was a really beautiful moment. Thank you, Helmy, for coming up. We also had Michael Hamilton for a very hilarious little shots fired at Leslie a little bit, but that's okay. It was really cool to have both sides on there. And then, later on, we were going to do our fun little rivalry photo with
terrorists. They're terrorists. I told you they're terrorists.
Yeah, they are. They're happy. They are happy terrorists. So, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Hopefully it comes off better if I say happy, Just trying to lighten up the mood here. But anyway, so we're back at it again. We got, I don't know if we have Nick in here yet. He's actually driving right now. He had to go take care of something, so might be doing this whole thing. So we'll see. But yeah, let's roll.
Ikimasho.
Okay. What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to tell me, because we don't have the fancy schmancy ones. You just tell me which one we're looking at so far, and I'll launch it.
Okay.
Who are we starting with?
Honestly, let's start with the ones that Nick sent. Want to do that?
Sure.
No. Let's start with the Jordan. Who's got Jordan Farrow?
I got Jordan Farrow.
All right. Congratulations.
Awesome. Well, okay, so this is another thing. So this is something we want to do this month, considering, the whole G-Fest segment and whatnot. We wanted to show the members' collections that they got at G-Fest, their G-Fest hauls. So what perfect way to show it than show some really awesome stuff that everyone got. Jordan Farrow, who is also, I believe, Oxygen Destroyer. His haul right here, a lot of really great and varied stuff here.
Crazy stuff from Jordan.
Crazy stuff, shall we say.
Yeah.
But I love how it's kind of set up here. It's really It's really nicely put together. A lot of really cool things in there. There's some plush in there as well, which you don't see a lot of. So I just love it. It's great. Thank you, Jordan, for sharing this.
Very nice. Cool.
All right, cool. I guess I do have Nick's. So
sorry, you can just scroll down the line if you want. Doesn't matter either.
Well, then
either
down
way.
the line, it goes
whatever's
like this.
easier. All right, and I believe this is Joshua David's hall. I call the hall, because he literally called it the hall. This is his hall from G-Fest, and as you can see, I like that there's also some DVDs in there. Looks like there's a DVD signed over there in the right corner. I got a trike, those trikes, the fan, yep, the fan.
Looks like Kaminaga signed that Ultraman too.
Yeah,
I know. Very awesome. And I love how it's composed. It's kind of like a low angle looking up. Looks very dynamic. So thank you for posting that, Joshua. And you'll have to help me with the name. It's not showing up on my end.
Alex Rushdie.
Okay, right? Alex Rushdie. Yes, this was one that I really wanted to showcase because I myself am a VHS media collector, and so seeing these. Not only just the VHS, but like the other variances of, we got the Pico in the background there. Like I just love these additions that people put into the group, because a lot of times you see, and I will admit this, you see a lot of toys, and that's totally fine because that's there's a lot of toys, a lot of great toys to be celebrated, but there are also other collectibles that need to be celebrated, and these are definitely some of them that I prefer as well. So thank you, Alex, for sharing these. This is a really cool haul. Very
Space
cool.
Giants.
Yeah, I love Space Giants.
And I believe this is also part of
right?
Yes, this is also part of Alex's. There were 3 photos. I was gonna do a little collage, but I didn't have enough time to do so. So I wanted to show some of the other stuff he got. So he got some. Looks like he's got some Sofubi here. Now in the background there, I'm not too familiar, but I believe that is from the God Monsters, right? Or am I totally off?
I don't know what those guys are from.
They look crazy. They look
the guy
familiar.
up front in the middle, though, that is actually an Artstorm Gavidon, I think.
Exactly.
Gavidon is a monster from Ultraman, and there's
Gavidon's final form. Yep.
Yeah, that's the B version of Gavidon there.
Yep.
The Artstorm did some cool sculpts of Ultra Kaiju, so that's one of those.
Really out
we
there.
also and then we have look who got 2 Nakajimas.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so it was announced at G-Fest, and one would kind of got around very quickly, is that the M1 Nakajimas, Toho had just told them that they were discontinuing that license. So no more Nakajimas. So that was at the show, and they had only a certain number that they were selling. So someone came over to me and was like, hey, those Nakajimas, that's it. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, no, that's it. Like, Toho stopped the license. And I was like, oh, crap. So I had to, scurry around, to, over there to get one. And it just kind of – and at that point, I think they were gone within that day. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it was very quick. So looks like he got both colorways. My favorite one on the left there is the green with the blue or the teal. Looks really awesome. I had to get it actually myself, even though I have a Nakajima already. I had to get that one because just had to. It was like speaking my name at that point. So thank you, Alex, for those. That's a great and epic haul right there, I must say. My goodness.
Yeah.
All right.
We also have Nick and Ryan, but either way it goes down doesn't matter. I'm sure Ryan, you'll recognize yours instantly. Oh yeah.
That's Matthew. That's Teals, right?
Wow. So I'm dubbing this Holy Grail's Batman. This is from Matthew Octeil, and he got a lot of really awesome M1 blanks, as you can see here. That a lot of them are no longer blanks. He's spruced them up with his beautiful art and made them even more plentiful masterpieces. And check out that Marmot Destroyer, man. That thing is woo! I didn't even see that. That's how quickly he sniped that thing. So that's awesome. And I'm pretty sure he got that Hedorah from John Drain. So that's really cool too.
He did. That's absolutely true.
Yeah, and then this is Adam Farley. He got some really cool stuff from Jake and I at Toku Toy Town. He got some Max Toy stuff. and there's some cool M1 pieces in here as well. And like Jonathan mentioned, there's some VHS stuff and some of the cool stuff other than toys kind of sprinkled in. We like to see that every once in a while.
I see that patch too. I see that Kaiju cream patch too.
Kaiju cream patch, man. It was all the rage.
It was great to meet Adam's other half, Eliza, too.
Yeah, she was super
Very
sweet.
Super sweet.
Yeah.
And then shout out to Jonathan. He got the Marasan 450 Biolante Rose from J Key. He wasn't sure if he wanted to get it, and I was like, this is the exact one I have in my collection. He's like, okay, fine, I'll take it. So that was really cool. And again, another Nakajima fan. I was happy to see so many people get that gem. Just a lot of really cool stuff in this hall. A lot of really cool stuff.
Shout out to that Kamagon.
Look at that.
Yeah. The Kamagon. Yep.
Back there. I didn't even see him pop his head
There's a few Alex pieces there as well.
Yeah.
This is
Gorgeous.
Jonathan Crissetti, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Very cool.
Fantastic. Well, thank you guys for sharing the collector moment.
Well,
And
you.
now,
Awesome.
I think it's time for us to do the giveaway.
Ooh.
Shall we give away? Okay.
Well, that I think you should do that from now on. Actually, that should be the call.
Yes.
That was just, I don't know. I used to have like public speaking like nervousness, but something happened during the Kaiju cast, and now I like kind of crave that whole thing. Like being in front of an audience where they could like react to you live is amazing. But let's start collecting these. Oh wait, are we done? I see Luminous put in a comment. Sludge me in there. I think we're done. We're done. All right, we're collecting the comments.
Good luck, everybody.
13 entries. Will Helmy be the winner?
Probably.
Thank you, John. Bill. Yes, Jonathan. Perfect. When you told me about uploading this music, I wasn't a believer, but that is definitely the winner music we should be playing.
I call that the winner chicken dinner track.
I love it.
It's amazing. Well, congratulations, Bill. Send me your address. I probably have it anyway, but go ahead and send it to me anyway so that I can send you this fantastic Kaiju pen. Now, this is from Mini Mochi Inc. And again, this is Danielle Ryan's indie Kaiju pen company. She has a bunch of different options available. Go check it out.
So
Mini Mochi. I think it's minimochi.inc. Will this work? Can I actually hold this up and then have you guys just scan it? Anyway, it's not going to work. But what a good idea, the QR code. Mini Mochi Inc. Go check it out. I'll post a link in the Collect All Monsters Monster Collectors, which actually we totally forgot to even say that the collector moment is basically an extension of our Facebook group, which is the Collect All Monster Collectors. And if you're a fan of collecting monster collectibles, you might want to consider joining because, wow, what a killer group we have, right?
Yes, we do.
There it is.
Nice.
Ryan's showing it off right there. That's our group.
Like,
2,000
there it is.
members or
That's
something
it.
like that right now.
Tell your friends.
That's right. Tell them all. Tell them David sent you. And again, thank you all for watching, and thanks for everybody for we had such an awesome time at G-Fest hanging out with you guys. Everybody on screen here. I want to get everybody on screen here, including Christine, including Nick. The next time we can all get together, I want to be there for that. So please consider all the awesome stuff that we do at Collect All Monsters for the rest of the month as well. We have supplemental streams we do. We have the group. We have giveaways. We have all sorts of stuff we're doing. If you're not following us on all the social media things, you should probably do that. We have like a really cool like and subscribe GIF that we can throw up there for that. So make sure that you do that stuff. Yeah, like this video while you're at it, you know. It's,
Also,
it's one of those things. Yeah, please.
May I promote something a little bit?
Absolutely, Jonathan.
Okay,
yeah,
so
please.
We have so Christine had mentioned that she went down to she came down to LA with Joe. They came because Kaz was having an exhibition of a lot of, or he was having a gallery of a lot of his original toys and, kaiju stuff on display. It was hosted by Monster Patrol Toys, by Paul and Nobu, and great people, amazing store down in Little Tokyo. And they did this at the Powder Room in Hollywood, California. And it was an amazing event. Kaz was amazing. It was great just to see everyone there. It was a really well done event, very well organized. We actually were able to get what I guess I would consider the first interview officially for Collect All Monsters. That's going to be, I'm in the middle of editing it right now. It'll be ready to go soon. I'm not going to put a date on that, but soon it'll be ready and we'll put it up on as one of these supplementals. But that was a huge one for us, I think, is getting Kaz from Marmot in an exclusive interview that Christine hosted. So that's on the way as well. That's
awesome.
And that's it. That's it.
Should be good. That event looked incredible too, by the way. Not to spend too much time talking about it, but holy moly. I know Mr. David here got to see some of the stuff in person at Mr. Hartman's house as well.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I saw at James's house, and I got some photos in the group. If you guys want to check them out, I'll kind of repost them so you guys can see. There's some beautiful work that he did, some custom pieces that are just chef's kiss.
Yeah. All right. Well, I should probably wrap this entire thing up. So we're going to just kill this broadcast with what I usually say, which is until next time, our planet may be doomed, our Earth devastated, the monsters are in revolt, and civilization is in chaos. We must unite and collect.
Oh!
Monsters! See you guys next month. And that is where we hit the end credits.